There you go. Doing great. This is finally the first time you get to spectate me.
How's it going?
How's it going, Lordo?
Okay. Why is it back? Okay, it looks different from my globe. There we go. Better. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, guys, here we are. We're back. Oh, this is the wrong screen. Let's move this over here. There we go. Got our table action here, guys. Let me go ahead and just adjust this camera. Okay, there we go. It's a little better. So this camera setup's a little bit different because I got a new desk. Last week I was just standing the whole time. Today I'm going to be sitting down. I've been active today. But yeah, we got some Digimon here. We're in round 2, starting at table 1. Got Law X and Lordo Monkey starting us out. But hope everyone is enjoying night so far. Looks like we're just going to be starting out with our high roll here. But we got 2 of our top tier decks for this format. I would argue they're both really solid deck choices. But yeah, had a little delay in the stream start today, so we missed round 1, but we're here for round 2. Got 21 people tonight, so I'm expecting about 4 rounds. We'll probably finish a little early tonight. Yeah, so like I said, we got Loix on the top here. He is piloting Galaxy, and on the bottom we have Lordo piloting Magnamon. So 2 decks that I would argue are very worthwhile considering for this format. If you guys are looking for new deck lists, we go on Eggman events after our tournaments. You will see our topping list shared there. So in case you guys are looking for inspiration for new builds or how to update your current build, got lots of ways to do that. And we're going to start with our promo Vmon and the promo Davis. Promo Davis could be playing out a free Vmon, I believe, but we're just opting to use him as basically a memory cluster for next turn to make sure we have memory to do our plays and extend our little further along, especially if our goal is to go Magnamon X into Magnamon, or Magnamon into Magnamon X. But it looks like we're missing the rookie on the Galaxy side here, so we're just going to be bot decking Omdion, pick up a Lekis and a Fira. So we basically filtered and got 2 new cards to hand. And that's one thing that I will say the Galaxy engine is really good with, and that is finding cards, filtering for cards super fast. So it looks like we will start with the Flame Drawing because we got a Teamer and we gain a memory on Digivolve. We're going to be raiding into our opponent's Digimon. When we do, we're going to be bouncing our top security drawing for an Inherit. So security is bounced, Lekis is raided into, and we already have a commanding board position here. But finding a rookie will make a big difference. It looks like we're going to be playing out Davis. This Davis will play another Vmon. BT12 does search. And it looks like we're just going to be grabbing the Flame Dramon because it is the free trait. Rest will go to the bottom. Full Metal Blaze is an option. The original BT9X antibody option as well there. And one thing I definitely want to point out, if you guys haven't noticed, these webcam setups are fantastic. We got everything in the zones that we want to be able to see. And we're just going to be playing our Galaxy Fixer here. We realize we're in a kind of bad spot. If we play another level 4, they can just raid and get more security cleared without having to really do much. So we're trying to minimize that as much as possible. And in our main phase, we have free Digimon, so we will gain memory. So it looks like we are getting... Oh, got double fix. We're still missing a rookie. That's going to be a little rough for Galaxy here. So we get training. Going to be grabbing a card. Other one's the bottom. Trying to think, like, what is the play you want to go for? Like, it's almost bad to the point where you just say, let's go to game 2. You can slam a or a Kresk and stun something. Yeah, it's actually what we're opting to do. We're stunning one of the stacks with the Kresk. But if he's able to get into a Flame Dramon on the second stack, he'll be able to bounce a security still. Just that one Flame Dramon can't swing. Does he bounce regardless still? Actually, how does the bounce work? Is it when one of them raids? Or is it only when any attack is redirected? Flame Dramon. Your turn when this Digimon. Yeah, so it's only when the single one attacks. So you can't stack them, but we do have 3 swings coming in. And we can get a Flame Dramon to bounce one security, be as safe as possible. Yeah, just going to strip, bounce, get a memory for the V. And I think we're just... Yeah, I can't swing with that one, but we're just going to be swinging. And it should be pretty safe here. So if you had a Flame Dra, you could... Oh, we're just going into Magnet X here. That makes sense. It's legit the safest thing to do here. Activate the Wind Digivolving effect. Swing security. Security's removed. Restand. Yeah, just in case there was any options that could just mess up the line there. Yeah, just a quick, let's go to game 2. Things were not going super well there. Getting raided into right away for the level 4 play wasn't the... Level 4 play is not the worst turn 1. Like, he got double search off of it. But the fact that there wasn't a follow-up rookie was really rough for Law there. And that's just a deck breaking up sometimes. It does happen every once in a while that you just get really rough hands. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started in game 2 here in a moment. I imagine if you're playing Galaxy, you do want to go first, though, because you have some of the most explosive turns in games, just based off getting a rookie and a fixer. So if we see that, we can probably see him loop around with that. Also, I don't think I muted myself on my own stream tab. There we go. Sharing the link tonight, and I think I kept my audio on there. Anyways, hopping over to game 2 here with our folks. Looks like we already decided we're going to be mulliganing this hand away real fast. Don't really want to keep this one. Not much for us with Magmon, but we're keeping it as Galaxy. I imagine we probably have a rookie and a starting play of some sort. But if everyone joined the stream, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. See if we get a little bit more going for the Galaxy player. Kind of got steamrolled a little bit last game just from the Flame Dramon start. And we do have a Lunamon rookie, so we are starting a lot better out. Let's just hope we have a level 4 or another follow-up play. The Fixer is a great follow-up. Yeah, there's the Fixer. That's like one of the best starting plays because not only do you start with 3, you can also get 2 Digivolves, 1 for free. And then you get the Digivolving effect of the second one after you pay for the first one. So you basically cycle 2 extra cards. And we're going to see. The Galaxy engine is probably one of the strongest engines in Digimon at the time. So when we start doing basically our Galaxy lines and combos, we can see a whole lot pop out of nowhere. We see a Davis go ahead and play the Vmon for free, or for 3 basically, because you play for Davis, but the Vmon does come with it. We did pick up Magnemon X, rest will go to the bottom. And it's still our turn, we got another memory to work with on our side, and we're just going to opt for our own fixer here. Definitely do not blame him for that. We start with 3, effectively 4 memory every turn, and we can add both cards. One's green, one blue. Paladin Ace is green, I believe. Yeah, I think we just realized that. Oh yeah, he is green, and this guy is blue. I will add both. Doesn't happen too often. Imagine that deck. I don't think there's a lot of green being ran in Magnamon nowadays besides the Pally Ace. So we could opt to use the Lunamon starter main, but we're realistically not going to ever here. And we're going to start by going into our Fira for 2, our Fira effect. We're going to search top 3 cards. We will add that Corona as it's the only valid target. The other 2 will be going to the bottom. Now we can either use the Fixer's effect, or we can use Lunamon's ESS, just depending on how we want to set up. We are opting for the Lunamon effect here to gain 2 memory after peeling our Galaxy stack. Now we could actually opt for the Galaxy Tamer here to actually peel the Luna and go into a Corona that we just saw him pull out in case we need the extra cycle. We don't feel confident we have the pieces, but we are going to go into Galga. We do have the 3 or more sources, so we do get the memory. So it's effectively a 1-cost Evo. Oh, actually the Sunmon Egg, that's what we're using. Sunmon Egg makes it cost 1 less. And then we get the memory for Galga. Okay, that's cool. I dig that. Totally forgot about the Sunmon Egg effect. And we still have Fixer to use. So now if we have a level 5, we can go into any of the level 5s without any issue. But we are opting for the Fixer. We are going to be peeling our stack, going into any Digimon for free as long as we peeled a Galaxy Lightclaw Nightfang Digimon. Yep. And you actually could opt to just not use the rest of the effect and just peel if you just wanted to peel for some reason. But I believe we are probably going to go into a 4 for free. Yep, so we're going into Fira for free. Fira effect here, we are going to filter top 3. And I actually don't know the Agumon. I imagine he's probably safe to grab here. But we do get either a Corona or Apollo here. Okay, so the Agumon is not searchable. Or he is searchable, he just shares the same trait. Imagine there. No, that's not the right Agumon I'm searching. Yeah, he is Light Fang. And then Light Fang aligns with half of the engine. Okay. Yep, checks out. Then we got Crest, we got Apollo. Apollo does have Blitz, and if attack, he can delete something. And I think it's based on his DP is what he pops. Currently Veemon's stunned, but we're going to be popping at the end of attack, basically. Or it's when securities are viewed, I think is what it technically is. Yeah, let's pull it up. I have all the cards pulled up here. When the cards are removed from security, delete an opponent's Digimon DP less than or equal to this one. He has carry attack +1 for every 3 cards in the sources, so he will be getting a few checks in. Magnamon X, 15k. Apollomon is really big. He has all the red DP buffs, so it's +4k. And then a Shu Yu, which is the X Antibody Fixer. Yep, exactly 3 checks done. Because we have 6 sources, initial check, and then the extra 2 checks. And we are filtering that dice just to make sure our opponent's aware that we have opponent's turn and our turn DPs. Okay, so we do have our blocker Magnamon at 15k here. It is immune, so that is very relevant here. We do have Armor Purge, so we can block. Haven't seen EX1 Vmon in a moment. Yeah, it has been a moment. You don't see him too often, because he really only comes up in the V-base build and the Ult Force, really. And Ult Force isn't relevant right now. And then V-base Magamon's not as popular as Vaccine is. Vaccine's a little faster, even though we do have a Awakening hit to 1 of. Yep, and we are going to go into the Fear for 2. So the one nice thing we have with our Apollo stack is we can use the Luna effect to regress and get 2 memory, go into a level 5 for 1, assuming we have a Kresk or a Fira, and then go into a level 6, just depending on the colors we have. So it looks like we actually are opting for that. And then we do have Sunmon, so we can go into a cost of 1 less into a Galaxy stack, basically. We are going into, looks like the, or Flare, not Fira. Fira is the 4, Flare is the 5. Nothing to pop here, but we can still opt to go into, excuse me, one of the level 6s here. I think also just getting the cycle helps a bit too. We're actually debating on using the Galaxy Tamer here, because it does give us another peel. Yep, so we are going into another Apollo here. Apollo won't be able to get pop here, but if we want to, we can actually blitz with it. It looks like that's what we are doing, because I think we have 2, 4, 6. We have an extra 6k, so we are an 18k body. 18k against a 15k Magnamon. If he wants to block, he can. He won't be deleted from effects because of the immunity on Magnamon. But it's basically saying, do we value our last 2 security, or do we want to block this? And I think it really just depends on Lordo's hand. If Lordo has another Magna X, this is probably an easy block. And I think that's what he's checking for right now. It's like, do I have another Magnamon X? If not, I probably let this through, but also it is a rough decision here. Because you do have Armor Purge, you'll keep the stack. We're actually opting to ace in the Paladin, strip the sources. We only get the 1 check because we don't have enough sources. That is a very solid play. And the Paladin does have the immunity right now, too. Then Starmane, he is still a free Digimon. So we did address the 1 stack on hand. Yeah, explaining how the Paladin does get a free restamp. We bot deck a Digimon on the attack, which we do bot deck to level 6. Oh, we have Zubagon Punch, and because we have the Shu Yulin, we do have the color requirements. I think we're just cleaning security here, and then we're going to... how do you... Can you rush out the game here? I think it has to be a hybrid if we want to rush anything. I don't think we run any DNA effects. Oh, let's try. What do you think happens here? I think it's just setting up as safe a board as possible. Just having that Paladin Ace being vulnerable is a bit scary for me. It looks like we're actually opting to just get Magnamon here, just get a blocker. And we do have Reboot and Pally Ace. That is right. That is right. We do have Reboot there. If we bank the 2 memory from Corona right away, go into Alekis. We do have Sunmon, so it should be 1 less, I believe. I might have missed that. But we are pulling 2 Digimon. We're going to be bot teching to 1 Luna. So basically, I think our game plan here, because we are playing Galaxy Mirage, we know that he has Mirage. If he bounces Magnamon, he gets 2 memory back, so it's effectively a 2 memory Evo. But do we have a way to do anything after that? I think it literally has to be like, like an Apollomon to pop the Paladin Ace. But Paladin Ace is a blocker. Oh, Full Moon Meteor. And we are going to bounce the Pally. He's Overflow 5. Get memory back for every 4, get 2. So we're back at the starting memory we had of 3. Then we can still see a strong close from a Mirage come out here, guys. We might be going into a game 3. No, we need to close out. We have to win this turn. We have to win this turn. So Galaxy Tamer, we are peeling the stack. Going into a level 5 for free. Got Kresk. Thanks to Sunmon, it is free. Yeah, okay, so we are using the... we are stunning Magnamon. I think we might be looking for a Wonk. Well, no, we can't use Wonk because we don't have enough sources. I think we're just going to see if we get the block. Oh, we got Promo Davis, which can play out a Vmon. So I think that just actually secures the game for Magna X here. Yeah, we get the Promo V here. So even if we do have a Mirage, I don't think it's enough. Ooh, we got Hexablow. Strip sources, anything with... during opponent's turn, anything with fewer sources than this Digimon will actually not be able to suspend. And Magnamon X cannot typically get big enough, so we are going to be crutching on like a Heaven's Judgment or an option of some sort. We're going to push, get a memory for Promo Davis. So really, do we have a way to strip Hexablow enough? I think that's another route we actually have. I totally forgot. We can strip sources. So if we have another way to go into another Pally Ace, we can do that. But we'd probably pass turn because there's no aces. Oh, now we're doing a hand check over here. Oh, is this a Full Moon Meteor? This could be a Full Moon Meteor, maybe, if we're doing a hand check. Yeah, once we out the Hexablow, we do have a chance to win. But it is all dependent on that. He'll still be able to block because it's your turn timing. So we're going to be stripping 1 source here. Get memory for that Vmon. Draw for Digivolve, strip the top one. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do have quite a few sources still. But yeah, Heaven's Judgment can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 procs. So Heaven's Judgment can get rid of the stack. It is a big memory investment, but we're not going to die this next turn. Oh, Blinding Ray. Get our 2 memory. Go into a Magnet X here for 5. get our own blocker. You can't suspend. Hex Sablau is live.
Security at least once and just try to Omni for game.
Oh wait, that's right. Magnemon X gets immunity. He's actually good. Magnemon X does not care. I just want to make sure it's not a rule change with Hexa there. Yeah, it looks like that is our game there. Yeah, just talking about our game plans. What we had, don't really have an out. Awesome, let's go ahead and hop onto another table, see what we got. Oh, I think we just finished the set here. Let's see what we got. It looks like we might have another Magnemon here versus the Demon Lords. Oh, it's a pure Levia deck. Are going into a starter magnet here. So we do have a layer of armors. Now we're just going into our Magnet X for 5. Leaving our opponent at 1, but we do have an immune Digimon that is also a blocker here. I want to see how many games we get in tonight. I know it's a little short on missing round 1 on the stream. No worries, guys. We are here for round 2. Yeah, something I thought was really interesting from this weekend. I don't know if you guys pay attention to Card Magica results. There's Levia coming up in the meta. It's like trending really well. The reason Levia is trending, if you guys aren't aware, it answers Imperial pretty well. Imperial gets a chance to partition in the middle of the first deletion because it's interrupted when this Digimon would be deleted by effects. So you go ahead and partition, and then Levia gets a chance to Mantra chomp on the next Digimon in the stack. How many rounds are there? We play until there's 1 undefeated, a maximum of 5 rounds, though. That's just due to a limitation on what our judges can run, along with me as a TO. There's only so much time we have in the day, so it's no more than 5 rounds ever. We do find a Levia here after we Fire Rocket and able to swing again. And then we have a Flame Dramon closeout game. But yeah, I'm expecting there to probably be 4 rounds tonight because you basically go from 21 jump 1 round down 20 to 10 after 1 round to 5 after 2 rounds. And then you get 2 or 3, and then you get either 1 or 2. So it's realistically 4 rounds pending a down pair loses. If a down pair doesn't lose, I guess it could be 5 rounds maximum. Well, I'm not expecting... we never go past 5 anyways. Let me ask real quick.
When that meme to go into ball.
Oh
my god.
Did we finish our set there, or are we going to a game 3?
Oh, we finished.
You finished? Okay, no worries. Just checking in, making sure.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and hop in our voice channel for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's meta forecast. So for anyone who doesn't know, I always like to showcase a little bit of the forecast for what our rounds or tournaments look like for what's being played. So 21 people tonight, first of all, is the first thing I want to point out. Let's hop over to this view. Okay, yeah, so we got 21 people tonight. And with our forecast, Imperial is still the most popular deck. Rapidmon, I think, is more of a Magna X V-base build that just happens to have Rapid Top in. Anyways, so we know we got that. Dragon Links, I think, actually is pure Dragon Links. There is builds that use the Galaxy engine and then the Psycho and Psycho Tamers to go into your 6s, because those cost 5. If you use the Fixer, it costs less. Pending your level 6 costs less to go into. Got Magnet X, got Levia, we got Lilith Loop, we got Luga, Ragnarlord, Machine, D-Brigade, Demon Lords. So we got a good mix of decks in tonight, but Imperial is still the most popular leading deck. Nothing that I would expect to be too crazy here. And we got about 14 minutes left in the round, and most of our tables are finished, actually. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's take a look, see how our table 2 is doing, since we got quite a bit of time still. There we are. So at the bottom, we have Soy Marcos. Top, we have Guben. And just something I want to point out, great camera angles for these participants here. It's one thing we're definitely emphasizing a lot more here. Get our folks prepared for premier events. And with that, it includes getting a good camera angle. But all the key details and information about each player's deck is being showcased. So with a training on our Terrier player's side, we're not using the training here, but we are going into our Rapid Mon. When it becomes suspended, we can address and remove that VMon. Which I think we are debating. We're actually just going to go into the Rapid X for the full 5. Yep, we're going to suspend it. When it's suspended, it loses 4K. And we'll get 2 memory back. No attacks are happening, so we basically have a mini DP floodgate. Stops rookies from chipping, which is the main thing. But it looks like we're just going to be playing a Fixer Davis here. We got a Pyldra, we got an XV, so we are actually ready to DNA on our next turn. We do get a Terrier in the back. So the one thing I'm never quite sure about is how Rapidmon actually deals enough damage and pressure fast enough. I know it's a little bit more of a control slow deck, but I have seen builds that emphasize the lines. I think that is the main way they get their thresholds, but we do play our Willis Tamer. No effect on play, but I believe he has the interruptive effect of reducing a Digivolution cost when you go into a Rapid Line Digimon. But how are we doing tonight, folks? We excited to see some games? Any decks in particular we want to see tonight? I'll do my best to showcase what I can. Obviously, I can only showcase what I have to showcase, but I think with tonight, we have a lot more of our meta picks. I think a lot of people are burnt out because we did have a long weekend of events. You want to see Lilith? We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Yes, I love seeing that. Seeing Tessera win was great. He's put in so many reps here at the Webcam Locals. There's been rough nights where he just acknowledges it's a rough run, but it's good practice. Then there's other nights where you see he does well, he does get to topping bracket. But seeing him win out a regional is great. I love seeing that for a Webcam regular, like you said. I definitely agree with that statement. And I think a lot of our Webcam regulars actually performed pretty well too. I think we had 2 of them in top 16. But I always have to take a look again, but I know we had some familiar names up there. Any idea what his matchups were? He actually posted it on Discord, if I remember correctly. But I believe the main thing is he did dodge Imperial that day, which he acknowledged was a bit of luck. But I think his piloting still outweighed the fact that he dodged one bad matchup. I think it was a lot of Galaxy, a few Mother Shotos. I think there's 2 Mother Controls, he said, like 3 Galaxy box decks. Levia was in there. I know those for sure. I just can't remember the exact ratios. Yeah, we are going to go ahead and DNA here into a Pyildramon. Draw for Digivolve. Get 2 memory. Tap Daikin to strip 2 sources. Get memory. So Rapid X no longer has the Rapid in sources. I have to remember, for the all turns effect, you require the Rapid mod for that. Apologies, folks. I moved my cheat sheet over here. So there's no longer the 4K drain, because the Rapid doesn't have a Rapid mod or X antibody in sources, but you still get the DP, or you still get the memory if you win in a battle or have a DP drained to 0. So the memory part is going to happen if something gets deleted in battle, but we have jamming. So we should be living the battles, and we got return to Progenitor here. So if it were to die, we can Digivolve. It looks like that is what's happening here. And then we still get our end of attack because it was seen during the attack window. As long as the attack process sees the, or the Digimon sees the end of the attack process, he does get the end of attack to restand. Yep, and we are going to go ahead and restand here. Check another agility training here. So we have 4, effectively, I think it's 5 memory basically banked here. So we can see another Rapid, actually we might see 2 Rapid X stacks come out here. And we're going to play a Wormmon for 3. And we're going to search for free trait Digimon, and they can. So we get the Daikin for sure. Daikin and Vmon looks like. Put a Stingmon to the bottom. I know, I saw that was rough, Law. I'm sorry. And not only the fact that you have no rookie, but you got Flamedramon in the response, and the Flamedramon in response made it so you couldn't slam your other level 4s unless you wanted to sacrifice free security. That was rough. And the game 2, you set up as well as you could. Then the immune Magmon X just came by, and it's just like, oh yeah, he is immune. I love how we're declaring our effects here. So it's basically a free Digivolve when you combine it with the Willis Tamer. Yeah, the Shuyulin and Black Source for Zuba Punch also did not help. Yeah, you were just in a whirl of a rough round. That was rough. The fact that, yes, he got double search from the Davis too. I was mentioning that to chat. I'm like, I think that's the only green target in the deck. You're not going to get double hits in that deck, really. It just happened to work in that instance. And I think if we have the pieces, we can go into another Rapid X. We are declaring attack on security. It is drag mode, so we are going to go ahead and purge. Oh, if we have another Rapid X, we can just punish that. Oh, we got another one. Now we suspend both bodies and get another 2 memory for both. One of them going to 0 DP. You talk about godlike roll. That was a godlike scenario there. Lordo is a really strong player too. I mean, we said before, our pilots here at these webcam locals are really strong on average. So I do think the average player is going to be a much higher skill cap than your average webcam people. And I think it definitely does help for premiere events. Have you been enjoying Galaxy lately? Galaxy is one of my favorite decks right now. The engine feels so fun and consistent. I think Galaxy is probably our strongest engine at this time. Imperial is right behind it for strongest engines. Gosh, that would actually be a fun video. What engine do you play in Digimon? Because, like, you got Guilmon search engine. It's alright. I don't think it's super crazy. The Greymon search engine's really good. Galaxy engine's really insane for memory efficiency. The Mirage engine's not really an engine. That's why you just see it use the Galaxy engine, because it's a blue in. You love it. It's fast. Yeah, exactly. Your level 4s are very searchable. Your level 4s are searching, and they are searchable, and they search your 5s. And by the time you get to your 6, you've drawn enough cards where you've just found your level 6s you care about, if they aren't the searchable ones, right? But yeah, I think it definitely showcases how strong that engine is. And that's just something that's been around for a while, but no one's touched it in the bit. And then once we saw the one guy in Japan, Dekaru, touch it, that's when we saw Galaxy kind of go crazy here. Like, that's when I innovated the loop with Demolish. That's when you saw just regular Mirage Galaxy players start popping out of the woodworks. Not to mention, it is probably one of the best meta calls right now due to the toolbox it has access to. Ooh, talk about engines. Nume is still a really good engine. The Nume Uko engine. I think that'd be a fun video. Just talk about the different engines to enable decks in Digimon right now. Because technically you have the Vegetation engine with the Palmons, Vegetation Fairy. Because we also just have like generic good color box decks, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but the Vmon engine is really good. It works with your DNA lines, which we talked about in your Imperial. Ooh, a Pyildra says none of your opponent's Digimon can unsuspend next turn. Or can't suspend. Or I can't remember how it's worded. Yes, that's actually your Imperial out. If they can answer the Mega Stack, it is a glass cannon. Yes, it is. But Hexablau is your answer for the Imperial matchup, pending they don't use like 3 Daikins to strip all your sources. Ooh, we do have the Garga Ace here to suspend 2 things and declaring they cannot Digivolve next turn. So we actually could see the closeout from the Rapid player. Yes, the answer is Tyrant. Yeah, Hexablood does really hurt Tyrant. I mean, that's part of the reason I don't think Tyrant's part of the meta call anymore, because Hexablood exists. But I believe that is the conclusion of our set here. I'm going to wait for a round 3 to go up. We have over 1,600 cards that are non-archetype. I believe it, because archetypes didn't really start existing in Digimon until like BT12, give take. And BT12 is relatively new still. It's not even a year old. Or if it is, just like barely a year old, right? Was that our last table? Yeah, that is our last table to report, so they're reporting right now. Rogue matchups can be scary. Yeah, they can be. Because you're very toolbox to be like as efficient with your engine as possible. That is true. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get our round 3 up here in just a second though, folks. I'll see if we got any decks with Lilithmon that are available at the time. I don't think we do. Lilith kind of struggles as a deck, and if anything, you see it's like a Demon Lord engine package slash thing, right? Are you allowed to join a muted call to spectate? Yes, you are. You just gotta make sure you stay on mute. If players ask you to leave, is the only thing I ask. You need a Chad to crack NSP next? Yes. That deck might be a little harder to get there. Hyomin always has some good spice. He always playtests decks quite a bit, try to get them as viable as possible. Especially like the underdog decks, I think he puts a lot of time into. But for NSP, that deck's going to struggle. It doesn't have a search engine. Or at least like a good one, right? We do have a round 3 up, folks. So let's see. Table 1 has some people we haven't showcased yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Ugo Davis, not enough for real? I know, right? Hey guys, we're going to go ahead and put y'all on the stream. If you have any judge requests, please use the judge request channel, as I'm going to have my headset unmuted for this time being.
Cool. Nice.
Good luck, players.
Yeah.
Okay, at the top, we have Benin. On the bottom, we have Floppy Puppy. Like I said, 2 players we haven't had a chance to showcase yet. Also, I think it is probably our most diverse matchup we still have at this time. Because I'll be real with you. Imperial's doing pretty well, guys. Imperial is doing well tonight. Yeah, like the fact that the NSP Digimon are all NSP traded, basically, says any existing engine couldn't really do much with it. And that just hurts so much. And I haven't read the cards enough to know like how impactful the lower levels are to the top end, or what it's even really trying to do. But I don't think you can even use like a Galaxy engine or a Nume engine to like speed it up. Here, let me take a look. EX7. So I know NSP has the black Tlacomon. It's like your top end. So let's start Tlaco. It's like tricolor. Yeah, green, yellow, black. You DNA from a green, yellow, and then a black or blue. When Digivolving, you play 1 7 cost or lower Digimon with NSP trait from your hand without paying the cost. If DNA Digivolving, you play 2 such cards. So you really want to be with the engine. So then you're really locked into like kind of a weird level 5 line. Like your Triceramon, you have a Ceratospian, which works like your Tyrannomon line, I'm pretty sure. Here, let's search NSP. Yeah, you're really locked. You got some blue guys, you got some green guys. Is there a way you can use the Saber Leo Ace with it, which is kind of cool? And he helps you DNA, but you don't really have like a good blue side. Nothing that's like really built in blue or black you want to DNA with. You do have end of turn DNA Digivolve, which is nice on the Eldrazi. Yeah, I guess if you really want to brew, you don't have a lot to brew with. Yeah. Like, at the moment, because the colors, like, Galaxy's like your quote-unquote engine to use, but I don't think it's even that good. It's just basically saying you search your level 4s and lower, which isn't, like, that great. Now, you could probably use the Sunamon Egg to some extent because you have the black base, and Sunamon Egg does let you Digivolve if you have multiple stacks, which I think you probably could emphasize to some capacity. So you might be able to cook with that, the EX4 Suno. Yeah, for the time being, NSP is probably just going to be like a fun pet deck engine at best. Which is kind of unfortunate to say. But I think you are just kind of locked with that. And we're going to be playing Biting Crush because we got the Suno Egg. We are meeting color requirements. We're going to be deleting the Pyildramon there. And we have our Biting Crush set up. That's a Levia X in the trash. I don't know if we got a regular Levia in trash yet, but we can punish the Daikin Tamer pending there is Levia. I think we're just doing a quick check. Is there Levia? I guess even if there is, like, you're not afraid to do it right now unless you're scared of Levia chomping your security, which you might be. But we're going to start the Vmon for start of main effect. See which free trade Digimon we want to grab. Looks like we grabbed the Wormmon, bot deck the rest. Play the Wormmon for 3. Now, both Digimon here do have end-of-turn DNA. We're going to be grabbing the BT12 because we do want the memory refund back when we DNA. So now if we have a Sting of any kind, which we do have BT12 Sting, end of turn we're going to DNA with Worm. And we're going to be getting basically 3 memory back. 1 memory for each BT12 guy, and then 1 for Daikin, assuming we're going to use it. I don't see why we wouldn't. Going to swing security, jamming. No draw inherits. We do restand. Swing security again. Find a purple memory boost. So now if we have returned the Progenitor, we're able to restand if we have a right Imperial, I believe, right? Or if we have starter deck Dragon mode, which we do have here. We're going to be playing out 2 sources. If we DNA again, we can close out game if we have another DNA stack. Got starter Pyil here, get 2 memory. I'm going to swing security, restand. It's a Levia, we got jamming thanks to XP. Swing again, going to the next game. And that's just Imperial sometimes. Sometimes you just get a crazy high roll like that, and it just determines games before you can do much. Which I think is part of the reason why it's such a popular archetype at this time. But for anyone joining the stream tonight, welcome, welcome. I'm Eagle X. This is round 3 of my webcam locals. Round 2, we got to see Magnemon X against Galaxy Mirage Hexablau. And now we're watching Imperial against Levia. Imperial is the popular deck for tonight's metagame share. And spoiler, a lot of them are at the top tables right now. But I'm expecting about 4 rounds tonight. It's possible we go to 5 if our down pair wins every time. But we'll see how it goes. Top 4 are competing for pack pricing. EX7 is our price selection for now. And then also fun little thing here. Got some channel dice in. For anyone who hasn't seen, it's got the little Shock Gabu logo. So if anyone takes the physical pack out tonight and moving forward, you do get dice. Just a fun little thing to show off there for you all. But we have game 2 underway. We got rookie level 4 in the back for a Levia player. We got Vmon with Vmon on the Imperial side. We are going to be pushing out our, I believe it's a Doberman. Use the X-Ante option, go into Dober X for free. We're going to draw. Trash a Levia, because we trash cards, Cinnamon draw. We will go into our Serb for 3 here. Serb effects. Should have played today, ended up doing nothing today anyways. I'm sorry to hear that. We try our best to get the biggest crowds we can. I do think tonight we definitely had a lot of fatigue from our players. It was a long weekend. So I don't think we'll see too big of a crowd tonight for sure. 21 players is a bit small for what we normally have. So we do have Levia X up in our trash. We do have an X antibody on one of our stacks. We check a 7th lightning here. Which can't delete the level 3. It deletes level 4s and 6s, I believe. So it looks like we're just going to hard evo into XP in the back for 2. Leave our opponent out 1, which argue is probably the best play right now. Get our next Suno hatch, though. So we don't see a Daikin Tamer, which is fine. But if we're able to set up, like, Anubis is probably our strongest level 6 we can get here. Sets up our trash really well, gets a free body out, or a really cheap body out if it's not free. I'm trying to think what other top end we see with it. But we do take the quick trade over that Vmon. We don't have any end of turn DNA, so if we're able to be memory efficient here, it will work in our favor. And we're just opting to hide the XP in the back. Warmon's going to search. We get a Ken Tamer. And no Digimon with free and traits to grab here, so the rest get bot decked. But yeah, if you played today, though, Peter, it would have moved us up from 21 to 22 people, which we still had enough threshold for the next prize bracket. We're just a person short from no one having a bye each round, which you can't always control that. Yeah, because we got the X-Ante, our sources, we are able to bring out Levia X here. And we do have Cerbex. I believe Cerbex lets us get the free restand. Yeah, when attacking, delete another Digimon restand if we really want to. And we're going into Ruin mode, do a 5k DP blanket, locking our Imperial player out for the turn. So they're able to set up their Daikins and use those next turn, but Ruin mode is going to swing and do another 5k drain. So I don't think we'll really have enough to answer the board state. If we had the rookie, we for sure locked the game because we'll get 3 swings. Yeah, we're going to see a Daikin down and then a pass. So with 3 memory, do we have a way to close out game? I don't think we do. So it's just really setting up another 5k blanket. Get a Levia and trash game, which is nice. Yeah, Rumo's going to swing. Security checks a 4k end of attack. He's going to pop himself. Get another 5k blanket going. It looks like we opt for a memory boost here. We grab the rookie. Didn't have him last turn, but we got a rookie this turn now. So we're going to go ahead and Digivolve into Rookie and Raising, swing with our level 5, 4K. We got a 5K Blink still. Then end the turn on the training, leave as little memory as possible, pick up the Dober. So now it's basically, can you get through a 5K blanket, which I don't think you can. The other out the Imperial player could have done instead of slam the Daikin Tamer is go into a level 5, because we knew that the next 5K blanket was going to happen. So if we hard Evo into a Pyelja, we'd be able to answer a little bit better. But yeah, we're a turn too late on that. If we did it last turn, we would have had a way to potentially contest board. But we are going to our next game. Imperial took game 1, Levia took game 2. Let's see who takes the set in game 3. One nice thing about the format, though, with Imperial and Levia around, the games are pretty quick. And those are a lot of our top decks for tonight. Ancient Gray is purple, you are right. Yeah, New Ancient Gray being red purple is that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. But yeah, and Rune Mode just answers the Imperial matchup pretty well. It stops Daikin, it stops Partition from being effective. He is searchable by Agumons because he is a Greymon the name. That was one of the cool parts about seeing Nume use the Agu X engine. Use the Agu X engine because your Rune Mode's searchable along with all your X anti-digis. Yeah, I'm hoping we see some other cool stuff innovated sooner than later, because I do think this format could get a little stale. Give it a little bit more time for people to find refined builds of decks. Galaxy Mirage is probably going to be up there. Imperial's still going to be up there, because I don't see that deck dying anytime soon. Like, people said Shoto was going to be the end of Imperial, and it is a check to the deck, but it's a check, not a counter. They run Hexablow now. And if they really want to, they could run Pause Plugin and be unblockable. Or High Speed, not Pause. Pause is yellow, High Speed is the blue one. So getting the Davis Tamer set up here is really relevant for the Vmon promos line, because it does check for a Tamer existing. We are able to go Protoform into our Dober X here. Dober X lets us pitch cards. Pitching cards set up our trash is really big as Levia player. We're probably going pitching Levia X if we have one. I don't think we have one because it'd be an instant pitch. As we go into a level 5, we can Digivolve into it using its trash effects. What do you guys in chat think? Do you guys enjoy seeing Levia pop up as relevant again? I think it's really cool. Big events every weekend this month will be nice. Yes, we will have a lot of big events. And I think that will be nice to see for different decks in the format. Like right now, we're in the innovation period still, because it's post-ban list. We're going to see a few different decks pop up that wouldn't before. I think Demon Lords will probably stick around for a little bit, but you're going to see a few more Pally Aces tossed in. And we're going to set Daikin here. Just choking our opponent at 1 is probably the goal here. Biting Crush isn't quite the best play here. It costs a lot, but we need a Levia to pitch to make it like worthwhile, right? We are going to use, I believe it's protoform there, so we do go into the Dober for 1 less. But I do love seeing generic purple toolbox decks being played again. We do have the Gazi being pitched there. Get a cycle from the Suno. It looks like we're really just trying to dig for a way to get our trash set up. But I don't think we have a great way to do that at the time. Do check AVmon, so we do live to check here. And we are paying the full A for Biting Crush, pitching the Levia. So we are saying, if you want to use your Davis Ken Tamer, you can, but it's going to come at a cost. He said, I'm not going to use the free rookie. I'm going to pay 3 memory for mine. You gave me enough memory, I can just pay for it. Yep, Vmon effect. It's going to cost 1 less because we have the Tamer. Going to Sting for 2. DNA. We're going to get 2, effectively 3 memory back after we source strip. I'm assuming we're going to use Davis Ken for the memory. Now, what sources do we trash? You can trash the Protoform, actually. Because Protoform doesn't have the strip protection. Yeah, that's the first thing. Oh, they're both Protoforms. I thought one was BT9X antibody. Yep, so we got 3 sources trashed. And bot deck at 6k or less. We do have piercing on our Stingmon. So we actually should be trading, right? Is there something I'm missing for why we didn't swing over and pierce? Don't want to give him stuff in trash, maybe? Service 7k, we're 8k, so we should be swinging over the body, unless we're scared of a purple ace. But I think we're just trying to push aggression here. Yeah, that Stingmon has piercing. Don't forget that, man. It will come up at some point, I promise. Yeah, you gave him a chance to use Biting Crush. See, this is... I guess Biting Crush isn't as relevant as the Levia X was before when we had the X antibody, so I guess there's a little bit still. And then he also gains memory on his turn, too. All turns. We get Levia X also, delete a Davis Ken Tamer, bot deck 7 Lightning. Pop to level 4. Yeah, complete board wipe. And now our opponent also has level 5. And we will be playing the Worm for 3. But yeah, this is definitely one of the anti-Imperial decks being played right now. Just basically setting up a trap saying, hey, if you're going to do that, it's going to come at a cost. And it's just one of those things that's easy to forget. Yeah, Levia is going to swing for 3 checks first. 4k, Progenitor effect. Play out our Davis Ken Tamer. Davis Ken. Goblin security. And then serve for game. Taking game 3 there. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how our table 3 looks. So back to Lordo playing Magna X, and we're going against Rapid X, the other secret that came out in the same set here. Quite a board dissect here and figure out. So it looks like it is the Rapid player's turn. They have 2 Rapid X's set up, but it looks like that Magnamon is going to be source stripping. Oh, was that Magnamon checked in security? It could have been. Came in just at the a little bit too late to see if it came in security or not. But I think it probably did come up in security if we source stripped that Rapid. Holy cow, that is Rapid X value if I saw Rapid X value, sir. BT8 Rapid also coming in, suspending, and then we get the DP minus from the one Rapid X, but then 4 memory from the other Rapid, the 2 Rapid X's together. We just don't want your board to exist, I think is what he is saying. It looks like we have Alliance, so we are trying to clear out security. We can digivolve into 2-color Digimon, go into the Mega Garga Ace here. It will stun those 2 Davises. They can't digivolve nor on suspend. We find a Flame Dramon, then we find another Davis effect. Plays out a Vmon. Rapid swing security. Do we have Alliance in the stack? It doesn't look like we do, but we're in a pretty safe spot to swing. Rapid swing security. Finding a Blinding Ray, and then Garga for game. So we see Bunnies closing out game there, folks.
That way you're safer.
Yeah, but if I with 14, I will run into the same thing that I will run with 15. Because I will run into a GX or a Imperial Paladin. It will be the same.
Do we have another game to go to still, or is that our final game of the set?
There is still
That
one
was the
more.
first
One more game?
Yep.
That's first game?
Oh, sorry,
Awesome. Or second game? Cool.
Yeah,
Got another game.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, guys, we got another game still. But welcome anyone joining the stream tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying the games and matches. Got Magnamon X with the V-Base against Rapidmon here. Like I said, the 2 BT17 secrets going head-to-head in a set. And for anyone who does not know, now whenever you guys participate in Webcam Locals, if you choose the pack out, you get exclusive channel dice here. Let's get the camera focus. Maybe I get it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you get the Gabumon Shock Dice. Fun little thing to get if you choose your pack outs now. Yeah, Gabumon is the 6 of the dice, so if you guys see the Shock Gabu, you're quite shocked, happy state, right? But we are starting things real fast already. Got Terrier X in Racing. Then we use our Double Typhoon option, pick up the Rapid bot decking. Now, I always have to remember, or Double Typhoon, what does it search exactly? I know it has a delay to play a guy. Yeah, green Digi and green Tamer is what you're searching on the main. Then the delay is to play a Terrier or Lop. I sometimes know what cards do by memory. It's just a better green memory boost for this deck in particular. Looks like we got a second one going. Probably, yeah, level 5 Rapid's really good in this matchup. Says basically you're unaffected on your tower stack. And choosing to hide the Terrier in the back makes sense because we don't want to be raided into from Flame Dramon. Do get memory from Davis. Swing security with Flame, it looks like. We're committing a 7k swing, finding a 1k body. 2 on the blue training, finding 2 black cards that go to the bottom. Not a good mental training. But we do have the 2 memory banked for later Digivolve, at least. And we're just passing 3 to our opponent here, saying, I don't really have a great play here. Whatever you do is probably going to be better than what I was able to do this turn. do go into our starter Rapid, probably a Rapid X, yeah, because we may attack after we Digivolve. This is game 3 of the set. We are in game 3, they said. And I believe we will be attacking into the Flame Drift. Flame Drift is going to go ahead and probably Armor Purge, but then the DP will carry over and hit the Vmon. So it's really like, do you care about the level 3 or 4 dying? It doesn't matter. It's just going to be deleted anyways. 2 memory comes back. And it is going to be Magda's turn here. Going to draw for turn. We're going to hatch. So now it's really asking, do we have a way to start answering this board? Answering this board is probably best done with like Heaven's Judgment. I think if we get to it, Heaven's Judgment is just such a strong value-heavy card here. But for the Heaven's Judgment to do the full board clear, we do have to get a Magna X on board. And we're actually just slaying Magnamon. I think it looks like we have a really rough hand here. But for anyone joining the stream, welcome, welcome. We are in game 3 of this set here of Magnamon X versus Rapid X. And this is round 3 also for anyone joining along. Yep, using Terrier's mainline effect to play a Tamer for a bit cheaper. And now that we have the Mimi, we can actually tap her. We're tapping the Willis so we can Digivolve into a Rapid Line guy for cheaper. Draw, we're going to be tapping the Magnamon. He's going to be 7k drain or 8k drain from Rapid and Rapid X. Get 2 memory for the Rapid X effect. That mental training finding 2 black cards, the Zubagon Punch and the Shuyu Lin, was very unfortunate because now our opponent's just going to be going crazy with the board. Oh yeah, because you do get the extra proc on the Heaven's Judgment from the initial one. He slammed that Magnamon. He didn't. This has been a rough game for Magna X. They definitely aren't finding their early game pieces. They got a Flame Dramon right away, but they pushed out a little too soon, I think. Now we're just seeing Rapid X really pop off here. Yeah, no, he spent 7 memory slamming a Magnamon. And then BT8 Rapid tapped it 4k drain, all turns Rapid X 4k drain. Yeah, we're trying to push, close out game. We do find a Davis here, but he has no rookie, so he won't have anything to play out. If he had the rookie, he would have Digivolved in the back. And there's nothing that's adding a rookie in hand from this previous turn. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I have top end. I have nothing to go with it. I can't even use Blinding Ray. I have nothing yellow. I mean, that's a rough start. That is a rough game. And yeah, the one hope was that mental training, the finding Shu Yulin and Zubagon Punch was it. Like, that hand was playable, arguably. If we had Awakening there, it would have fixed the hand. Or if we committed to the Magnamon. But I think the Magnamon, he was saying he probably drew after the Flame Drift committed. And you just didn't have another rookie to go into after that. Because having the DP linger from the, or not linger, but exist from Rapid X, it's just going to do anything about. Because Rapid X swing, Armor Purge, 4k for being suspended. That's just quick. Let's see. Yeah, over half our matches are already finished here on our webcam locals for round 3. We got about 14 minutes left, so we're hopping here watching Machine Wash versus Snippy the Lucky. For anyone who can't tell, Snippy is our pilot playing Demon Lords. Meanwhile, Machine is our player committing to not Machine Dramon, but Digipolice. So hopefully you guys see a few other decks compete out tonight. We do have double Showdown, so we will have the chance of always having 2 blockers in our field. But Digipolice is kind of a grindy deck with lots of pseudo protection, or preventing Digimon from leaving field effects, I should say. But I do expect the deck to potentially run out really fast for Digipolice here. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. The cargo run effect. Playing out bodies. Playing out bodies is really good. But if we see a biting crush, that can make things rough here. It looks like we are playing the, I believe it's EX6 Levium on there. I believe this one does check for board and interacts with tamers, if I remember correctly. An opponent's Digimon or one of your Demon Lords is played, including himself, because he is a Demon Lord. By trashing one card in your hand, return the bomb 3 sources when your opponent's Digimon bomb the deck, and if they have many or fewer Digimon or tamers, delete one of your Digimon with those sources. So compared to the other Levia, this one is a step back in power terms, but it does work better with the Demon Lord's deck from its alternate effect. So both are relevant parts, and stripping the Digipolice deck to get rid of the protection is really relevant. But I think we're also opting to keep as many cards in deck as possible, or out of deck as possible. But how's everyone feeling about our current format? It's definitely blue heavy. Mirage and Imperial being 2 of the better decks. Of course, you got like 3 Mirage variants that are relevant right now. But I think Digipolice is kind of a fun pick for now. Not quite sure how our endgame is focused, but we do have 2 blockers on the Demon Lord side. That's probably what's been the main focus, is trying to rush down our opponent. Because it could be a quick deck in comparison. Oh, we got Quartzmon here, though. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when we attack, we are going to just be tapping. Or everything's tapped down. We got a pair of memory still. Just make sure we pay the memory, but it should be enough to go for game because we get refunded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 memory. Yeah. Trash too because there's 10 cards on field, and that was our closer, the Quartzmon. No Digimon was played there. That was just Digivolving into Quartz. That's a fun way to close out a game there. Just knowing your game's going to be grinding on a bit, so you gotta have a strong closer. It looks like that did determine the set, though. I had to guess here. Or we're getting ready for it next game here, let me ask.
Fourth matchup.
Yeah.
Guys, did that game decide to set, or are we going to another game?
That game decided to set.
It decided to set. Okay, cool. Now we're going to go ahead and chill here, because I think we're just waiting on one table to close out. But I'll be right back, folks. Stick around. We'll have round 4 in a second. Okay. Oh. Okay, folks, I'm back. We're not quite done with round 3 yet, but we will have 3 undefeateds after this round. So there is a chance we could end at round 4 tonight, but we do have the possibility going to round 5. So just so we can go ahead and touch up on our metagame again for tonight, for anyone who wasn't here before, Blue-Green Imperial is the most popular deck tonight. It's only 20% of our meta. It's only 4 decks playing it. So it's not like a crazy large, and this is kind of a small turnout for our normal webcam locals, but there's probably lots of regional burnout going on right now. Lots of people just need a night off, especially having a full 9-round tournament on Saturday. You kind of got your fill for Digimon for the week, right? So these are troopers that are really playing out a bit more. But standings, we will have 3 people that are 3-0. We just watched Table 1, the Levia player. Table 2, we got Imperial. Table 3, I believe that was a Rapidmon, actually. So we got 3 different decks undefeated right now. And we'll see them here in round 4 in just a bit. We're getting ready to start our overtime before we get our last 2 tables. But metagame tonight, pretty diverse for the most part, as long as you just don't look too heavily at the Blue-Green Imperial side. So what decks have you guys been excited for this format, and what decks do you guys want to see in this upcoming format? Because BT 2.0 is going to be such a big deal. Like, obviously, we get all of BT 18. So, like, BT 18, what's relevant here? Shadow Serafi is probably going to be the most relevant SR, or base SR, I should say. The purple hybrid stuff, Koichi's pretty solid, and your purple hybrid line's really good. Your Velgramon, he's a rare. But then your Duskmon, he's the SR. Changes colors and does some milling, so you basically are getting value off of mills. Getting bigger GP for every one, I believe. The Takuya Koji Tamer is going to be a great way for you to actually add cards to Ancient Garu. Or not Ancient... Oh yeah, you do get Ancient Garu, because he is yellow. And he's also name trait, so he works in Red Hybrid as well. Trying to think if there's anything else that's like super standing out meta-wise to me. You technically do get the new Ancient Beetle will play in Tyrant because he is Insectoid. You technically have that, and you can cross into him with Beetle and Metal Cobhoos. But I don't think he's technically worth running at the moment, but he might if the meta is right for him. You do have the Machine Dramon line. Lucemon Sand Mode's pretty cool, but I don't think I would build a Lucemon deck. I don't think it's fast enough. Especially with Purple Hybrid doing Purple Hybrid things. Purple Hybrid kind of like outrushes the bodies and boards. And you can't interact with the Tamers as well. So you might see Levia still be a really strong meta call for the BT 2.0 format. And we don't know which half of BT19 we're getting yet. It basically depends. Do we get the new Blue Flare line? I think that deck could see some play. It's not amazing. We could see Dark Knight support. We could see the rest of Moon Millenniumon coming here with the Seed. But yeah, 2.0, I don't think it's going to be nearly as impactful with the 19 stuff as the 18 stuff is, which is really just adding Purple Hybrid to the mix, right? And make sure I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, we are in overtime, but we're probably going to be watching Table 2, see how the down pair does. Unless you guys want to see the undefeated table. That is the other thing we could do. It's either undefeateds against each other or the down pair. But yeah, that's just from a super quick glance, BT19, BT18. I don't think there's a whole lot that cries out to me. Like, here, let's go to Digimon, or not Digimon card.dev, Digimon meta. As a whole, see how our BT19 format's looking. I will have to cycle that later. Japanese BT19 EX7 format. So let's see, Blue Flare, Lord Knight, Black War, Royal Base Siren. So we actually have a good bit of diversity right now. Purple Hybrid's the main thing. Purple decks, or decks that can use Purple Hybrid. Takamizuchi's popping up because it uses its trash pretty efficiently. And when Purple Hybrid does its mill plays, you will see decks like Dexdoru, even BL start to do alright. Dark Knight has a little bit of interaction with their trash, and Blue Flare has interaction with their trash. That's why you'll see decks like that pop up. Lord Knight, I'm actually not quite sure how often it uses its trash. Let's see. You got Anubis, which can use the trash. I wasn't even thinking. I guess there is purple black, so you can go into your purple Anubises, and you got Lord Knight Ace, which is like the key of the star of your deck, right? Giving collision to both sides of the board, so you force a block on your side and then force a block on their side. Play level 4 lower trash, stop paying the cost, which could be the Dark Knight line. That's cool. You can go into Cavalier mode, or you can go into Deadly Axe to search. Okay, I see some potential here. Nothing I'm super crazy about, but there's a little bit of an engine. We are approaching the end of our overtime here, so once we see those tables submit, we will be moving on. What's the other one? Digimon CG Guide. Typically, if you see stuff on one site, you'll see it on the other site as well. So in our current environment, we're seeing Blue Flare popping up. Is Blue Flare really doing that much with trash? Like, I guess the dual tamer does work with trash. What's the 3-drop tamer do again? What's our new Korea do? Start main phase, play stage 1 from hand. All turns would leave place, and you may also place cards from entertainers. It doesn't really utilize trash. I guess it's just the fact that we have a new metal gray that could be relevant, right? I'm also super skimming these cards too. On play Rush. When attacking, de-digivolve one of your opponent's Stage 1, then you may digivolve Blue Flare under any tamer, stop paying the cost. So that's pretty cool. So that makes sense. This card warps and also de-digivolve. De-digivolving is super strong in Digimon right now because it answers aces. So basically, when you answer an ace by de-digivolving it, you effectively gain memory and you go into a level 6. That I can see that. I'm understanding that a little bit more as a meta pick. And then, what's our level 6 Zeke do? Zeke, on play when digivolving, de-digivolve 2. They have 2 or more, return a level 4 lower to the hand. Okay, so this is meant for like more of a tempo card. The other Zeke's the aggression. Because the other one lets you restand, so that's probably the one you'll emphasize still. But we do have another Korea we can use Blazing Memory Boost for, but I imagine we probably use more of like your blue-black tamer, right? With all the milling running around, I feel like you want to use it. Because like this build makes sense to me, because you're getting milled out from Purple Hybrid and from Purple decks as a whole. You want to make sure you have the ability to use your trash as another resource. So I feel like this has to be like a 2 or 3 of in the deck. Because like Fixer Korea, I think is better. 3-drop Korea, I don't think seems that crazy on paper, at least to me. But I could just be missing something too. It looks like we're getting ties submitted here. We'll have the next table submitted here in a second. And we'll have round 4 up for you folks. So where are you guys feeling? Are we feeling the undefeated table or are we feeling the down pair table? I think we can probably emphasize the undefeated table, see how it goes. But for anyone joining the stream tonight, welcome, welcome. I'm expecting tonight to probably be a shorter night. Just because we have a smaller player count than normal, which is totally fine. Like, it happens. And I do have some more videos planned for this week, because I actually have a little bit of bandwidth again. I've been doing lots of job interviews lately, so that's definitely been eating up at time a bit more than normal lately. Okay, we might have had an extension on the table, that might be why. Got Judge P. They're submitting the last table. But yeah, surprised to see blue flare. It makes sense though. I understand. Also, did we get a LM reprint of Mellow Gray? I think we probably did there. And back to Dark Knight as a deck. We were talking about that just a moment ago. How it's using the Lord Knight top end to actually give like a little bit more board control. It's a very sticky deck still. But once again, using the same dual tamer that I was talking about a moment ago, because you have stuff in trash, you want to utilize it a bit more. So that might be one of the cards to make sure you have it if you don't have it for upcoming formats, especially if you like these two deck archetypes. Imperial's still around. I don't think Imperial's going to go away still, just because it does what it needs to, and you can really adapt the deck to a few different ways. Because we've seen like 3 different builds for Imperial. You have your traditional use your dragon modes setup so you can anti-ace. That's one build. You get the super aggressive build using starter dragon mode where you play at the level 4s, which is why Levia's popping up more, right? Then you also have a what I call tertiary build, where you have 2 different side megas. You got Hexabla as a side mega, and you got Magnet X as a side mega. I think the Magnet X builds are probably going to cycle in if we see more Levias, especially since we have Lydramon, which is an armor we can use in our builds. We also have the Togumon armor as well for its slight variant. You're going to try and no life Lucemon and give up trying to win. Lucemon looks like a very fun archetype. Don't get me wrong there. But we are going to round 4 here. So let's go ahead and take a look, and we'll watch our table 1 set. Hello, guys. How are we doing?
So far, yeah. Hello, yo.
I'm going to go ahead and put you
Hello,
guys
Mr.
on the stream.
Birdman.
Appreciate it.
Wait. Time
Uh,
to start saying some controversial stuff.
You're going to be on mute in a second, so it's okay. Anyways, good luck, guys. If you have a judge request, use the judge request channel. I'll have my headset undeafened here.
Okay.
Okay, got Soy, Marcos, and Jiro here as our 2 undefeateds at table 1. Table 2, we have Benin against Michael. Depending how that set goes, it could end the tournament for tonight. But yeah, no lice. Lucemon does look like a super fun deck. I would actually enjoy the deck a lot. It's just that Lucemon Chaos Mode is such a gatekeeping pricey card. And we got 2 different Discords. If you guys don't know, I do have exclusive channel sleeves I give out for my pricing for Webcam locals. And it looks like the DigiGuard, DigiKnight crew also has their own too. So really cool to see both channels represented here. So if you guys like webcam events, check out some other webcam events. Eagle's Nest isn't the only one that runs them. I know Mario does Wednesdays, DigiGalaxy does Fridays, and I believe the DigiGuard does Tuesdays. But we do see that Niara flipped over first there. So we do show off we are playing Rapid Mod once we show that Terrier X. I think it streamlines pretty well, showing we are playing deck, as there's not really many other decks that utilize Terrier X at this moment. But then we show that Demi V, and that should be giving away we are playing Imperial as well. We do play our BT12 Wormmon, grabbing ourselves a card there. Go into that promo Vmon in the back. It is showing what those cards was. We bot decked. Looks like a Pyildramon, and I think it was a level 6. A little hard to tell from the glare. We do go into the EX1 XV42. And the first check that Terrier finds is an XV. We'll crash into security, but we do play Double Typhoon here for 3. We are searching top 3 cards for a green Digimon and Tamer. Going to be bot decking the Rapid X and the Terrier. So XV swing security, we're going to draw because we have 7 or less in hand, I believe, is what we check for, but we do find the agility training. We have end of turn DNA, so when we go into Stingmon, we can DNA thanks to Wormon's effect, going into Pyildramon, gaining 1 memory back. So if we have a Pyildra here, we can go ahead and go up our stack. But it looks like we're just leaving our opponent at 1 memory, actually. Yeah, we left our opponent at 1 memory. So Terrier can go into Rapid here. No, we are going to Garga. Oh, wrong, so we're going to move this back over. I actually don't know by heart the whole Terrier one. So what does this Garga do? Cost 2 when he goes over his stack. Terrier name. Digimon can spin against jamming. Is that Terrier X in stock? Oh, we actually did check the Hammer Spark in security there the past turn. Hammer Spark coming up as a 1-of. Wormon does give us end of turn DNA, so we will go into the Pyildra here. Getting 2 memory back, and then we are doing a pseudo stun on our opponent's board because we did DNA. None of the Digimon can unsuspend until next turn. The one thing we have to be mindful of is we can be Mega Garga aced here. So our goal is probably to set up the Imperial, so it's all turns when opponent Digivolves by effect, because we can go into the fighter mode and answer the Garga ace right away, because there is no longer protection on that side of the board. So we will start with our promo Vmon in Raising. So we are coming to a swing security and restand, but we do see Rapidmon being on spin means we are going to Mega Garga Ace, so we are able to restand block, tap him down, block, and Partition does not activate in battle here. Yeah, it looks like he is just saying, let's scoop, let's go to next game. I don't see a world we come back from this board state. Making good use of our time here, because time is a resource in Digimon. That's one thing I think a lot of players struggle with still, is acknowledging if we're in an unwinnable spot, let's go to the next game so we can close out a set. Because we don't have a whole lot of time to work with for a best of 3. Because here's the thing my roommate and I have been talking about lately. I don't know if you guys know, Digimon best of 1, you get 35 minutes for. For a best of 3, we get 45 or 50 minutes depending on the environment. You get 10 extra minutes to close out 2 more games, if you play 3 games. So I think it's really important that players know to scoop when they need to scoop. But yeah, I think Mega Garga Ace is probably one of the other super strong cards to answer Imperial as a deck right now. And it also answers hybrid decks too. Like decks that can utilize Mega Garga Ace really should be. Yeah, I imagine Imperial's probably choosing to go first in game 2 here. If we get Ricky and Davis Kentame return 1, we're in a pretty good spot. But for folks joining stream, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. I try my best to showcase different games on the stream. But with smaller crowd tonight, it's a little harder to showcase a whole lot of different decks right now. Or at least at the top tables, I should say. So I've been showing off a few custom things for the channel lately. Shut off, got channel dice now. I want to have a little fun here. But channel dice, brand new pricing for webcam locals. But also, I think it'd be fine to take it out now. I have custom tokens. If you guys play the familiar deck at all, or the Schumann deck, I do have custom tokens I have made. I'm going to be getting a few more made in a little bit more of a mass quantity, so I can have some for pricing. But I'm super excited for all the stuff I have going. I have some custom sleeves coming out soon too. But yeah, custom Schumann tokens right now is one of the newer things I got. And we got our Davis Fixer here. So we will be getting 2 targets, a blue Digimon and a green Digimon. Wormmon for blue, Fighter for green. Stingmon goes to the, or Wormmon for green, Fighter for blue, and Wormmon to the bottom. Thank you, thank you. My artist does an amazing job. But yeah, I do plan on expanding some of the channel avenues sooner than later. Would love a Lady Devi X token. That is something I'm working on. I want to get tokens for all the different Digimon things we have. There's a local person in Austin that does a really good job making tokens. Like, these tokens, they're foiled and they're textured. So I think it's something that if I can work a really cool deal with them, we can see a lot more stuff coming out. But I do need to get more art commissioned, and my artist is a little backlogged right now with some for other commissions she has. But yeah, I think Diabormon tokens be cool. Lady Devi tokens. Getting the Levia level 4 token thing. Just make a token for that. I'm trying to think whether Digimon decks have tokens that don't have any. The level 6 red-yellow guy. Totally blanking on his name right now. He doesn't have a token still. So we got a few decks that can utilize tokens. Goldramon, yeah, that's the guy. The red-yellow guy. He makes 2 tokens. But yeah, I think that's everything in Digimon that makes tokens at the moment. BT8 Rapidmon will be tapping the worm and doing a DP drain on him. So we got a crack training, then we can tap our Willis to go into our guy for effectively 3 less. He gains immunity. Not immunity, but protection because he went into Rapid with the Green Tamer out. Then we play our Fixer for 4. Draw, Hatch, started main. We can see Imperial really pop off here because we have Davis and Daikin. So Daikin's going to play the Vmon for free first. Grabbing what I think was a Vmon there. We'll play another Vmon here, search top 3. We got the Davis Tamer. We get the Pyildramon also. Vmon goes to the bottom. Then if we have a BT12XV, we are able to keep turn after DNA, but it looks like we got a Lydramon. So if we're opting to DNA here, we will be passing turn at 1 and the opponent will be fixed to 3. So we will go into our our starter deck Rapid here, D Digivolve. So we got a Lydramon here by himself. Or a Lydramon with a bunch of sources, but it doesn't really do a lot if you're D Digivolved from a Pyildra. Go into our Secret Rapid X here. So we will suspend all of our opponent's stage 1, then do a 4k drain. But Lydra is a 5k body. Unless there's another DP drain I'm missing from another stack somewhere. So we are started main. We just raised. You can't hatch. So starting main phase now, we are playing the Wormmon for free, searches top 3. I'll be grabbing that Pyildra right away, bot decking the rest. Going to a Stingmon for 1 because we do have that Davis Tamer in play for the promo V. We're going to DNA, make the stack even taller. Got blue in the Lydra, green on the Sting. Going to gain a memory from the Sting. And then if we choose, we can tap our Davis Ken Tamer and strip sources. And get a memory, which looks like we're not doing at the moment. Might just be something we're forgetting about because we have such a big hand here. Nope, we are tapping it. So we will get a memory and we will strip 3 sources here. We got Return to Progenitor here, so we are going to spend 2 to Digivolve into Digimon with free trait for 3 less. So we are going into the Dragon Mode. Dragon Mode is going to play out the level 3 and the Stingmon here. The level 3 can be played out because he is blue. And we are going into a Stingmon here, so we just have a little bit more memory efficient line if we DNA again. Yeah, you can play blue and green, level 4 or lower, which he did declare the blue Vmon and the green Stingmon here. It looks like he's going to be DNAing here into the Pyildra, gaining 2 memory. And it looks like we got that regional stamp Dragon Mode there. And we see the Mega Garga Ace come here in response. But then all turns, when you ace, I can go ahead, An ace in response into fighter mode. Or was it crashing in battle? Oh, crashing in battle and Progimitered. Right? No, it was Digivolve effect. Or which art is that? That is the fighter all turns when you Digivolve by an effect. Yes, so he did go up into the, I believe that's fighter. I'll be honest, I get all the names mixed up. There's a lot of Imperials. I promise I read cards. Yeah, so Progimiter is played that turn, so it couldn't be procs that turn. I think we're just double checking our memory. So because we do have our delay option here, we are able to build up a stack, pending we get the cards we need for it. But we can just, excuse me, Digivolve into Rookie and Raising, use Mimi, tap it, push out instead. So I think the problem is now that we got Progimiter on the field, we have to find a way to actually effectively cut down the opponent's board. And I think that's going to be a little bit harder to do now. I don't see a way we can close out. I think it's all 5 security still. We will de-Digivolve a stack by 1. Real quickly, that's a de-Digivolve, right?
Yeah, that's the initial one.
The card should be in trash, so not hand. Yeah. Just,
Oh yeah. So
make
I
it sure.
didn't saw that.
Just make sure we're not looping resources there. Yeah, typically things are getting bounced to go to hand right now. But yeah, that does go in trash. It does go in trash there. Yep, so Daikin will play out Vmon. And I think we have 2 of them. Yep, so we got a second Daikin effect we want to use here. Play out a Wormmon effect. You can Digivolve from trash. We're going to go into the Stingmon for 1 less when we Digivolve. Draw for Evo. Go Vmon and Raising here. We do have Fixer Davis, so we should be 3 minus 1, so 2 checks out. Going to XP for effectively 1 with the Promo V's effect. We will DNA into Pyildra here. And we're skipping. We're going to game 3. We said, you know what, I see the writing on the wall here. Let's go to the next game, close out, and have a really good game 3. So what are the thoughts for tonight, folks? Are we rooting for Imperial or Bunnies? I think there's a chance we can see Bunnies pop out tonight. Especially if we get a good setup. The Mega Gargant Aces, if it's super well timed, it can straight up win a game on the spot. But also Imperial, if they get their high roll going, they can just outpace. are going on to our game 3 now. Pending mulligan phase, we'll see set up here in just a second from our players. Let's see, what is our timer left for the round 2? Do have a full 23 minutes to play out the game 3 here. Floppy Puppy did take table 4, going 2-0, finishing as an X1 player so far. And if this is the final round, X1 is probably the cut for getting extra pricing too. Now we're underway to start our game 3, folks. So we got WV going into the promo VMon. If we got a Tamer, it's a perfect opener, but we got a VMon to play, so it's still a pretty strong opener. Grab our BT12 XV Imperial and XV to the bottom of the deck. Opening up Minomon this time around, going into our Terriermon. And we are playing our Fixer Mimi, leaving our opponent at 1. 1 being the best you can choke here in this situation. And for anyone curious, Table 2, our Levia player did win Game 1 against Magnamon X, so there is a chance we will be seeing a round 5 here in a bit, folks. Yeah, I feel like Levia versus Magnamon is a rough matchup for Levia, unless Magno just doesn't get set up. And I think there's a world they could possibly tie out too. So depending how Table 2 goes, this could be the final round. Going into our Rapid Mon here, saying we can't be bounced or de-digivolved. Nothing that's really relevant. Imperial spinning to the bottom of the deck's most relevant, but you have to have a 6k DP or less for that to matter. And we are going to use Hammer Spark here, gain a memory, go into our Stingmon after we play the VMon for 3. So we're actually able to DNA and keep turn still. We are swinging security with XV, so I think we're being a little greedy here, but I think we acknowledge that there's a pretty low DP threshold, but we have end of turn DNA Rookie, I believe, underneath. Right, actually, that's the promo one, right? Yeah, so we got 3 for a Wormmon now. I think he's really challenging. Do you have BT8 Rapid? I think BT8 Rapid will lose the game for Imperial and win the game for Terrier. You're rooting for Rapid hard to root for Imperial at this point. There's been a lot of Imperial lately. And I honestly think we're being a little bit too aggressive on the Imperial side. Unless we're just missing the Pyildra, then it makes a little bit more sense why we did the play that we did. But I'm expecting a BT8 Rapid to come down and punish at some point. But we do get a few extra cycles thanks to our Mimi and Willis combos here. I think we were just trying to look for that BT8 Rapid for that quick punish. But it looks like we're not finding it still. Or if we are, we're just trying to make sure our board's as established as possible. And we got starter Rapid here, so it's going to be effectively free. So we can answer the level 4 or the rookie, whatever we think is more relevant. But yeah, just make sure we choose our selection here. It looks like we are answering level 4, which makes more sense. Scary Check is a VMon in security. We are going to Rapid X, which will answer the Wormmon next. Spend it, gain 2 memory. We are just going to start pushing into security as well. Security check, finding an XV. Terry X in the raising for that free cycle. Terry is just going to commit into security as well. And we find the Davis Ken Tamer. Davis Ken will actually give Imperial a chance to actually come back and win now. We're going to end our turn on a double Typhoon here. So hindsight, we actually could have waited out a little longer because I think our board is established enough where if we leave them with just Davis, there's not enough for them to do. But I also don't blame them for pushing too, because pushing feels like the right thing to do to make sure there's not enough time. But using the one of Hammer Spark, having only Davis, you just won't have enough memory to fulfill all the plays you want to do. So now we have a route where we can Digivolve to a level 4 and then slam a level 4 to DNA, because end of turn DNA on Worm is really good. Wormon's going to go ahead and Digivolve from Trash for 1 less. To have the XV, we can tap our Davis Ken Tamer for a memory, which it looks like we are doing. And then we have end of turn on Wormmon, we can DNA. If we have Sting, we do have Sting. End of turn, you will see a DNA here with a blue and green Digimon going into a Pyildra, assuming we have one in hand, which we do have one in hand. And this is the starter deck Pyildramon. So we do get a bomb deck, that Terriermon, that check that Davis Ken for us in security. So we can either push, but I think if we push, we're going to see the Mega Garget Ace come out. So seeing Mega Garget Ace is actually going to answer a deck really well too. So I think going into fighter mode might be our safest bet. But if we go fighter mode, I don't know if we have enough. Yep, so we are going... That is fighter, right? It's not dragon. So the regional stamp one is... I'm sorry, it's dragon mode we go into here. The dragon mode can ace into fighter mode if we see Digivolve by effect, which we do see those two... We do see the training lingering, and we also have the double Typhoon option, which we could punish as well. So we do see the commit into BT8 Rapid. We're going to Digivolve here, and that answers the Dragon Mode's all turns effect now. So now we can go ahead and extend our board, and I think it's probably game at this point. Yep, and that's a rough board state to come back from, and that does close out game for Rapidmon. Money's taking the game here. Let's hop table 2, see how our down pair is doing. So Levia is the undefeated player right now. I believe we're probably going to game 3.
I almost had me there with the whiteboard.
Yeah, so we finished the set, or are we going to a game 3?
Game 3.
Game 3, awesome. Good luck, folks. Okay, guys, now we're on the down pair table. So Magnamon X is the player getting paired up. The Levia is the down pair. So Levia is a really strong deck that can answer wide boards, but Magnemon X with the immunity can make things really difficult, not to mention having Armor Purge can make the board last a bit longer. So I think both players are going to try playing as efficiently as possible because time is a factor going into this. Got about 13 minutes in the round, so I think it is a comfortable amount of time for our players. But for all 21 of you joining the stream, welcome, welcome. This is potentially the final round of our webcam locals for tonight, as we are hopping into game 3 of a down pair. If the down pair loses here, it will end the tournament since we have one undefeated player. Otherwise, we will go to a round 5. But for anyone joining in the fun, we had 21 players sign up for tonight's tournament. A little bit of a burnout from this weekend's regional, as it was a 9-round tournament. But it looks like Levy is going to start us out with a Sunamon going into a Gobbly here. We will go ahead and play the memory boost to start us out. Grabbing that one of Garuru X, probably. We're actually adding the Serb X here, because we're going to say the Serb X has a little bit more value to us right now, because it is our top in to close out games with. And we do see the Demi V hatch. Demi V goes into Promo Vmon here. And we're just saying it could be Imperial, it could be Magnemon, but we already know, since we're going into game 3, got a Magnemon there and raising, playing a Vmon here. We do see a high-speed plug-in, a really spicy tech choice here. And the Fire Rocket going to the bomb, but we will grab that Vmon as it has free in its traits. And then starting 3 over on Levia's side. We're going to use Protoform right away to make our X ante cost 1 less, so we will go into a Dober draw for Evo. Dober effect is a draw and pitch effect, so we will be pitching a Gazi here. Pitch a card, draw a card, Gobbly gains us a memory. We do have the memory boost at our disposal as well. But next turn, we are set up to have a Magnemon X on board. Now we are using Serb X's effect because we have the X antibody or protoform in sources. We get its secondary effect. Yep, and now Dober's effect of your turn when you play Digimon by effect, gain a memory. So the Gazi will be coming out here from Serb. So I think next turn, if we see the Magnemon player swing Vmon, and then the Magnemon push out going to Magnet X, we can see a really strong board. But we are just going to Digivolve into the Leviamon here. Popping that Vmon, gaining a memory back, leaving our opponent with 1 to work with. So do we have Magnemon X here to go into right away after we push a Magnemon out? I think that's our assessment at this time. So we are pushing out. We are going into Magnemon X for 5. We get the immunity, and we are a blocker. We're 15k blocker with immunity. So leaving the Levia player with 4 memory. Do gotta keep in mind the Gazi is on the field. So our Levia is probably going to start swinging security very aggressively. If we have a Levia X, we could Digivolve into it, but it's not big enough to go over the 15k Magnemon. So we're going to go ahead and go into a Dober X. Dober X effect after we Digivolve, draw 1, trash 1. So we are trashing the Siako X, gaining a memory from the Gobbly effect, doing another draw for the Suno. We will go into that Serb for 3. Serb effect, draw 1, trash 1. Checking what's in our trash because we can play level 3s from trash without the on play. We will get another Dober X. got a little bit of turn extension thanks to our inherits. But I think we are about the end of what our board can go. So we're really challenging. Does our opponent have the Heaven's Judgment to answer this board now? So we are going to see Magnemon go into security right away, getting its Wind Digivolving effect now for its all turns because security is removed. So we are pushing one security at a time, then we see a full Moon Meteor impact. Choosing what we want to bounce. So it is the Levia X after we resolve Protoform. So cards in hand for basically how much memory we get refunded. It looks like we're going to put our opponent at 5. So we answered the Levia on the board. So he has to find a way to get it into the trash. We also got rid of one Protoform, so we did our opponent back up to 5 security, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. It looks like we have another X antibody, or Protoform, going into Dober for 1 draw. We're going to cycle Dober. And I think we have 2 Goblies in field, so we will be gaining 2 memory from this play. We do see the, I believe it's called Dragomon Octomon. I always forget what he is. But he is the guy that plays out an opponent's Digimon without the on-play suspended. Yeah, Dragomon. Level 4 or lower without getting an on-play from the opponent's trash, and then all turns when effect plays opponent's Digimon, you may play 1 purple Digimon less than or equal to trash without paying the cost. So basically it's a Duff Lord. Yeah, Dragomon. I promise, I remember some of the purple guys. Purple is definitely the most toolboxy color right now. And we were able to go Levia X because we have our X antibody in the sources, so using the trash effect, we were able to delete that Vmon right away. But 15k Magnemon X blocker is a little hard to address. And we do see Anubismon here. We are attempting to outswarm our opponent. So I think this game really does become who has what out. If we have a Heaven's Judgment, this game could be a lot more favorable for Michael here. So now we get to use the Anubis effect here. Playing a Digimon, I believe we trashed 3 cards, but we're just playing a Siako here. And we still have this purple training, I believe we started the turn with also. So we can still extend our board a little further. So Magnemon can push out the Vmon, depending how much memory they get, they could go into a second Magna X as well. And 2 Magna X's is a lot harder to deal with than 1 Magna X. Play out that Vmon with the Dragomon's effect. Play out the Gazi. And we will pop it. And it's Magnemon's turn, starting with 1 memory here. Magnemon against the world, as I've been calling it. Because we do have all 5 security, there is potential of our opponent cleaning out security this upcoming turn. I think what we probably do is swing Magnemon X, restand him because we know Protoform's on top. I guess giving him Protoform is rough too. Oh, Blinding Ray. Get our 2 memory. Magnemon X is immune. We don't get the memory because Gazi. Yep. Okay, our players did catch that, but Magnemon is immune here. Protoform. Like I said, we did know Protoform was in there because he did Foaming Meteor to 1 sec, so I think that actually might have cost us the game. Using the Blinding Ray, forgetting that Gazi was out. But we do have Heaven's Judgment at least here. So we're getting 4 procs of 6k trains. We're saying definitely get rid of the Gazi. Do not like him. Get rid of the other level 3. Don't like him. Then we basically get to remove either the Anubis or the... Basically remove one other body of choice now. And it looks like it is the Anubis, Protoform going back on top security. Because it does have a main effect as well. But yeah, forgetting the Gazi is on the field. We are a 15k Magnemon, which is bigger than the Levia X, who is 14k. They about did, but then they realized the Gazi was on board. Yeah, we realized that really quick. But he did get immunity on the Magna X. He did get immunity on the Magna X in the 15k without sacrificing anything besides 1 security here. Like I said, the one downside was he knew Protoform was on top because he bounced the body on board the previous turn. Levia is a really strong deck right now. I think it is definitely one of the better meta calls right now as well. But I'm assuming Magna X will pick up and play, and I think we just had like a slight misplay that did kind of cost us the game here. Yep, Magnemon X will restand with Scariest Move, gain extra 3k, so he's an 18k blocker now. I think it's a bit late for that, unfortunately. Yep. Yeah, as I want to say, the Blinding Ray costing the game here, and we will have a 5th round. Our Levia player is undefeated. It will be Levia versus Bunnies. Yeah. Forgetting the Gazi was on the field when he activated Blinding Ray cost him. Forgetting that Protoform was in security also, I think, cost him the game too. Because I think he's just trying to guarantee he had a free restand or immunity for the turn, because there are big things in Levia, to be fair. But yeah, we will have one more round. Yeah, we will have a round 5. That is exciting. So we see 2 undefeateds go for the first place spot tonight. Yeah, that's definitely a fun game to watch. Let's see. And we did just hit overtime, so our last table should be wrapping up here in a moment. I'll be right back, folks. I'm gonna get some water, and we'll see you shortly.
So 2 judges until 1?
Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome to the final round.
Hello, Eagle once again. Put you on full screen, disable those weird video, and
Yeah, that being said, good luck guys in the final round. Get judges all times. If you have requests, don't be afraid to use the judge request channel.
okay. Thanks.
Okay guys, this is our finals. Got Levia versus Rapidmon. Now this matchup is one I wasn't expecting. Honestly, I'm not quite sure how the spread goes with it. What are you guys putting your bets on for winning this round? Yep. And we're running a quick deck check on both of our players here. Just because it is our final round. Okay, actually, I can put the... While they're doing our deck check real quick, and these players will have a time extension. Their final tables, they're also untimed anyways. Excuse me. I said 21 players tonight, really good showing. So Michael, our Magnemon player, is at table 5 right now. That we just saw last round. Floppy Puppy, we did see in the previous round. Machine Watch was our Digipolice player against Jiro, the Imperial player. So Quartzmon could come up as super relevant in that matchup. But really excited to see our Bunnies versus Levia matchup here. I think Levia is a very skill-intensive deck. I think a lot of purple decks are, as they typically require a lot of interaction and understanding your resource management super well, along with setting up board states. But I think Bunnies also has a chance to deal with Levia, as there's lots of protection, lots of saying no to in the deck. But what do you guys think in chat? Do you guys think Levia takes it, or do you think Bunnies takes it? We should be wrapping up our deck checks here in just a moment. It looks like we're just going through our 4 counts, so we'll go ahead. You think the Bunnies will take it? Yeah, it's exciting. It is exciting to see. Right here. I should probably put in this view real quick just in case. But we'll be right back, folks, with the gameplay in just a second. Yeah, they do play Digimon and Tamers by effects. That is true. That is true. Okay. We'll go ahead and pop this view back now. Just waiting for our other deck check to complete. And players will have plenty of time to shuffle up. Yeah, having the vulnerability of playing stuff by effect does not help for sure. Yeah, I think the protections are going to help more than the downsides will. Yeah, so welcome anyone join the stream. We are in the final round. My webcam locals tonight. 21 players. Final table. We got Bunnies versus Levia. And we just finished up deck check on both of our players, so it'll be just a moment until we see the game start underway, but players will have a time extension to make sure they have plenty of time to finish this round out. Also, as Webcam Locals has it, I always have top table untimed as well in the final round. With that, we have finished our deck checks up here. Both players should be shuffled up and ready to go. Just do another mash and offer a cut to the opponents, and we are underway, folks. Welcome to round 5 of our webcam locals. Whoever wins this will win tonight's tournament. So we got a 3 against a 6. So it will be Marco starting us off. The bunny player will be going first. Just doing final shuffles and cuts and requesting any shuffle or cut the opponent may have for us. It looks like bottom or top 9 cards to the bottom, and then we're going to go ahead and do our mulligan phases here. It looks like we do start out with the Terrier and Raise and go into the Garga here. So opening up Sunamon. Our goal as the Levia player is probably to set up our Levias as fast as possible, so then we can punish any of the double Typhoon plays like we were talking about earlier. The level 5 Rapidmon will be key for our Bunny player. And now debating, do we take the Dobro X or the one of Anubis? And it looks like we opt for the Anubis, as we acknowledge going wider will probably help our matchup a lot more. We just have to be mindful of our opponent if they get Rapid X and the 4K DP Dreams, so we can't go too wide with the little bodies. Gotta go wider with our taller bodies if possible. So we will push our Octomon, crack our training, go into the Serb for 1. So we don't have the X antibodies, so we won't be able to get the full effect of Serb here. Yep, but we did have a Summon, so we will get an extra draw for the cycle here. So we won't be copying the on-play, but we will go to Anubis. Just like we're playing good old classic Anubis Merva, right, guys? Digivolve here, trash up 3 cards in hand, and we play out a few bodies. We're going to be playing out the Gazi for free here, and we will be popping out the opponent's board. So we do see the Garga push. So now, no Levia setup, so we're actually safe to do any of our traditional plays. We will go into the Rapid. We don't get protection because there is no Green Tamer, but we will de-Digivolve the Anubis here. And now if we go into a Rapid, not only do we board clear, which we do go into the Rapid X, we will board clear, because we can attack into the Serb stack, but we also get 2 memory back, because Digimon's still in battle, along with the DP Drain the Gazi. We will play Double Typhoon, search out. Depending which rookie we pick up here, pick up the regular Terrier. So now we're just going to get another windup on the purple deck side. Do we grab Psych? Do we grab Labra? Labra makes more sense. The Inherits and the on-play will be a little bit more relevant than the cost reduction. And we're just going to bank a second boost here, grabbing the Levia X this time. We already have a 7th Lightning in trash, so we don't need another one in trash. Yeah, but we are just fixing the hatch. We double hatched by accident. Same egg, yeah. Just saying, hey, we're just putting it right back there. We'll go into that Terrier X for free. Use Double Typhoon to play a Terrier or lock from hand. We are going to go ahead and play that Terrier we picked up. I want to swing security with the Rapid X here. Finding a Dover X. Now using Terrier's effects, we're going to play a Tamer for a reduced cost of 2, which will be the Fixer Mimi, leaving our opponent at 1. So we're trying our best to be memory efficient here, with basically 4 memory banked from double training, and now we have a memory boost. If our opponent doesn't close out game this next turn, we can see an explosive board come out. An explosive board being, we can see all our Serb X plays, we can see our Drago plays, because we have a level 3 in our opponent's trash. We can see Levia and Levia X both come out as well. So we can honestly see pretty much the whole world come out, is what I say. Gobbly versus the world, we get memory for Gobbly also, so we have lots of extensions we could be doing. But I think our goal is to set up as many armor purges as possible, to basically say no as many times as possible. So we will see Rapid go against security first, finds that Dober X. Seeing a lot of Dober X's in security is not doing any favors for the Levia player. We will find the Garuru X. The 6K, see if it will crash you with the Rapid effect. Rapid X will swing. Find a purple memory boost. So we are banking 8 memory on the Levia player's side. If we had a rookie, that Mimi would come up, right? And Double Typhoon will grab a green Tamer and a green Digimon. Putting over 2 to the opponent's side. They will be pushing out this Gobbly to say, I have to. I have no security left. This is my time to shine. This is my chance to come back. I will go into the Dober first. So now, even though we don't have the X antibody, we can go into Dober X if we have one. And I think we're just doing a quick trash check. See what we have to work with, what we need to set up still in this turn. Got a Levia X. Got a Gazi. Just gotta make sure, careful if we put anything sideways, we will lose 4k DP thanks to Rapid X. So we use the first memory boost going up to 4 memory. Use the second one going up to 6 memory. I think we might be trying to go 2 stacks wide with our current hand setup. So we are going into the Drago for a cost of 3. We will be playing out a rookie on the opponent's side. all turns effects. When Digimon's played by effect, we get do our Levia X play if we have the X antibody. Oh, Drago, sorry. Finish Drago first. Yeah, we can't use Levia because we don't have X antibody or Levia on the field. So this gives us a chance to go into another Digimon on the Gazi. So we go into a level 4, or we go into the Levia here. And remind me, is Levia on Digivolve and when on play? Looks like it is from how the board state is progressing. Because we substitute deletion, we don't get the memory for the Rapid X deck, but Levia X will go ahead and attempt to delete it again. Because it is a level 5 now. And Bob deck 7th Lightning if there's another target to pop with it. So we do Armor Purge again. Then we pop again. And then we pop again. So we were able to clear the board. But we are at 1 security, so we are in a rough spot still. So we are playing the Rapid X here, opting to de-digivolve that Levia X. But putting our opponent 6... Oh, we're setting up a Garga Ace. That's what we're setting up here. We're setting up a Mega Garga Ace, I bet. And also this deck does have protection because we do have the Green Tamer in play still. So it's not as bad a play. It will be able to answer 1 stacks if we see a swing in the security, which we probably will see. And I think we're acknowledging that there's a chance that our opponent does have an ace here, because this is a very safe level 5 to put down. Now we are going to play the Siako for 3. We're going to go ahead, pitch Biting Crush. It's a little bit too expensive setup, but we do get a memory in the cycle. Let's draw for Suno, memory for Gobbly. We are going to go into another Levia X that we had in hand here. Pop the other Tamer. Right. Or that's, is it some Lightning or the Levia X pops Tamer? Or is the board not big enough? I always can't remember those conditions. If your opponent has as many or more total Digimon and Tamers, delete a Tamer. Okay, there is more Digimon on the Levia side, so they will not be getting that. But 14k will be bigger than a 13k Mega Garga Ace now, which is really relevant when we're starting to swing into security. So we swing security with Levia at 14k. I believe he is naturally going for 3 checks. Yeah, 14k, 3 check body. So we will see the Garga Ace come down still, tapping and stunning the other 2 guys so they can't Digivolve. But Levia will get the check still. Agility Training, Lotmon, and a Terrier there. So getting an extra memory bank. And it's really, do we have a way to get a blocker? Or a Ruin Mode? No, Ruin Mode won't even do enough here. Yeah, because now Garga Ace can swing for game. Yeah. And we will be going to a game 2, folks. Bunny's taking game 1. So game 2, Bunnies against Levia. Levia had a really good way to answer the board back, but funny enough, slamming the Rapid level 5 was the game-winning play there. Getting that Garga Ace, be able to stun the other 2 bodies, so you couldn't Evo anymore, disabled any other potential chaining on stacks. And Purple Training will be decking that Biting Crush. We acknowledge it could come up in this matchup, but it's not as likely to matter. So let's go ahead and get our other card here for sakes of setting up. We do see Double Typhoon come down right after I say that, though. And I think it's when we're able to acknowledge that it's probably the safer play to go for. Now that we saw our opponent get rid of the Biting Crush and don't really want to commit 8 memory to us just playing a rookie anyways. So we see Protoform going on this Siako right away, going into that Dober X for 1. We're able to see our lines that we want to draw 1, trash 1. We will be pitching a card, drawing a card for Suno. And that was Siako, so we wait for a Digimon to be played, I believe. And we will see that Serb X come out. Get an extra cycle, we do get to play out a rookie on our side. Drago plays on the opponent's side. So let's go ahead and we will be playing out that Gobbly. We get a memory refunded back, thanks to Siako. Moving over to our opponent's turn. HPD on our Terrier X here, going into Rapid most likely. So Rapid is already suspended, so we don't get much there, but we do get a reduction on Rapid X, so we can de-digivolve that Serb X. Leaving our opponent at 2, we get protection because we do have that Green Tamer in play. So now we're actually set for the Garga Ace, is the funny thing. So HPD did enable a free level 4, so we can go into a level 5 and not pass turn. And we're going to hold on to that Double Typhoon. Not quite enough value for us to want to redeem it yet. So what do we think, guys? It looks like Levy definitely had a lot better starting play this game around. And we do have Serb X again. We do have the Digivolving effect alive, since we have X antibody and sources to play out rookie, so we will be getting a memory back. Draw for Suno, but we don't have a rookie to play out, actually, it looks like. So this actually could be a Rapid X play that our opponent has again. We're not closing out the game yet because these aren't super aggressive decks. The Levy is a bit more aggressive than the Terrier deck is. Yep, so for a cost of 2, we're going to tap, drain, and leave it to our opponent with 1 memory. And we are going to see the second Gobbly pushed up here, cracking the training, probably going to a Dober X, yep. We know we got the rookie set up. Now do we want to set up our Levias? We're going to set up our 7th Lightning in trash, so our Levia X is going to be a bit more powerful now. Get a memory for Gobbly, get a draw for each Suno. We do have X antibody in 1 stack, so if we go into a Drago play out Digimon on our opponent's side, we will see Levia come out of trash. But we are just going to go into Levia X. We're going to attempt to, what I say, munch on our opponent's Digimon here. Yep. And then that will be a board wipe. You get a level 5 from the Levia X. You get the others with the 7th Lightning. Yeah, we're just expecting our opponent to swing there, I think, was the expected play. We'll set up our training here. If we want to grab a rookie, we got a rookie. And we will play Mimi, leaving our opponent at 2 now. Being very mindful of the Tamers we're playing down in this matchup also, because we saw what happened the last game. We saw them all just get eaten up real quickly. And we do have quite a bit of memory banked up too. So Rapid's able to probably go all the way up to Rapid X this game. I think the reason they haven't yet is because they just haven't seen it, more than likely. For all folks joining our stream, we are in game 2 of our final round for tonight. We do see Drago come out playing out a rookie on the opponent's side. Or level 4 or lower, so we do see the Rapid X coming out. I do see a Gobbly come out. Digimon's played by effect, so we'll get memory for a few different things. Dober X. Yeah, Dober X's Gobblies. Just a lot of value for our trashing synergies here. So Levia will be swinging security. Serve X's effect to go ahead and tap, but we see the Garg Ace come here, and he gets to unsuspend. He gets to suspend and tap down 2 bodies so they can't digivolve or unsuspend. The check will be going through still unless we choose to block it, which it looks like we do value our 5 security a whole lot here. So we're actually going to go ahead, give him the extra 4 memory for the Ace overflow. So something tells me he probably has a strong way to react to the board presented to him right now. Like, I think there's a chance we can see a Rapid go all the way up into another Rapid X. And we're just going to be setting up Biting Crush here. Honestly, it's good for the memory we have. We don't really need to set up more. It's just getting a Levia to make sure our opponent doesn't get a second free body. And we do have a Fixer, so we do have 3 memory to work with. We can't tap Mimi until we get a level 5 or higher green Digimon, though. So start with a training here. Going into a Rapid for 2 over the Lopmon. And I think this is a Rapid X. Yep, Rapid X here. So now we may attack into a Digimon, so we get 4k drain from the Rapid X to suspend Digimon part. Then we also get an extra DP thanks to Rapidmon's Inherit here. And after we defeat a Digimon battle, we will be getting back 2 memory. So we see Dober X go back to hand. Protoform to security. Rest of trash. So now we're going to be left with 1 memory to deal with the Sport State here. I don't think it's... We could be... Oh yeah, we do have the Dober X, so we are guaranteed a 1 cost elo for Dober X over Gobbly. If we have the Protoform, it's basically a free Digivolve. So going to Dober X effect, or when pitching, each Gobbly gets a memory back. And I think we do have 2 Gobblies here. So pitching a Psych, we don't need it in our hand, get 2 memory, and then we get 2 draws for 2 Sunos. We'll go into a Drago here. So we actually don't have Protoforms here, but when our opponent plays out a Digimon, we will be able to use Biting Crush because it is an all turns effect. So we do see the Terrier come out here. Biting Crush effect, play a Levia if we have one. I don't know if we actually do have one. Did we set one up earlier? Or was it just a regular Levia X? I think it was a regular Levia X. Okay, we still get our Drago effect here. Play a Digimon by effect, the 2 Dobers get 2 memory back. Okay, we did have a Levia. We did have a Levia here. Yep, no memory for Levia. The Gobbly does come down here. I think this is looking like a rough game for Bunnies, but there is a chance we can still win the game. Just comes down to getting security down, but with a giant board like that, I don't know if we have a way. And he says, we're scooping, we're going to game 3. I don't think I can clear this board back fast enough and all the security. I think it's best we just go to our next game. You got 14 minutes in regular time anyway, so I think our players are playing at a fast enough pace where they will be able to finish their set out. But from the looks of it, we have 2 4-1 players, and then whoever loses the set will also be 4-1. The other player will be 5-0, so we will have a guaranteed first and another person guaranteed top 4 for tonight's tournament. But welcome anyone joining the Webcam local stream. We are in our final round for tonight's tournament. We got Levia versus Rapidmon. A matchup I'd say I wasn't expecting to see for tonight. Levia is trending up a little bit just from the influx of Imperial players lately. Yes, I do think the Levia matchup can be very hard. I think there are some decks to answer it a lot better. I think Levia is a meta call at this moment. Yeah, I think the decks that definitely answer best is, I don't think, well, I guess Mother Shoto does get responded to because they can fleet Tamers. I think Magnemon X does have a good matchup into it. I don't think there's, like, enough hate for it in this format to matter. Because, like, I think all of its bad matchups, like Tyrant, just don't exist anymore, just from the format shift. It looks like our players are set up and ready for game 3. So with that, we're going to see underway. We're going to see who Joseph took first. Unfortunately, game against my Magna, you're missing Tamers. Yeah, there's stuff that if you're just missing, it is going to make some matchups a lot harder. Levia starts out going first, slamming a Dober, giving the Terrier player 4 memory to work with here. Something tells you this is probably a matchup neither player really practiced too much because they just weren't expecting to see it. But we're going to go ahead and bank 2 memory with our training, get our first search. Both are pretty good pickups. We're going to pick up the rookie here. With the finals? Finals is Levia and Rapidmon. Then we get a double hit off a double Typhoon. This is our final game in the final set here. Yes, it definitely is a wild time. Easy pick for training, pick up the Levia. Now, if we see a BT8 Rapid, we could just see really quick setup here. So we do have the Willis here. We can play off the Terrier's effect, hatch next egg, get our next stack going. Use double Typhoon right now because we don't have a Levia set up in trash to punish our plays. We will pick up the starter deck Rapid level 5. We do acknowledge this is one of the stronger cards for the matchup as it gives protection and immunity. We're going to be using our training, probably combined with Willis, to go into our level 4 for 3 less. So we go into our starter Rapid. We are going to probably push security, get a 4K drain on that Dober. And then we do live against that security check, but getting to the Ghazi is going to be really good for the opponent, as it gives them a really strong serve path. We go into that level 5 starter Rapid. that, we will be putting our opponent to full 3 memory to work with for their turn. 1 training, 1 Labra and raising. Like I say, a lot of time, Labra versus the world now. So we are going to go in the proto form to go into our Garuru X here. This is going to be the most cycle we can get on a level 4, as long as we have the X antibody. We also get a memory refunded as well. Now remind me what Labra's inherit is. I think Labra has a slightly different inherit. I know it does return stuff from trash on play that is animal. When it affects place one of your Digimon, gain a memory. Okay, so it does work pretty well with the Levia line. So we aren't going to get a memory off of the Labra, but we do get a memory off the Suno, or the Garuru X, and we get an extra draw off the Suno here. So now with the training in the back, we can actually go into the Serb X here and get its full value because we got Protoform in our stack. Oh, we're going into just the regular Serb here. Okay, let's take a look. What does this Serb do? Because I actually do not know. On play, when Digivolving, you may return 1 Digimon with Dark Animal or Shaman trait from trash to hand. Inherit is when the effect places one of your Digimon and gains a rush for the turn. So now if we go into other sec, we're actually able to rush out our bodies. That Rapid X does stick on board as the Levia does answer the rookie here, getting 1 memory back. And I don't think we saw that Levia X hit trash yet. Yep, and we're going to do battle, and if we delete in battle, we're going to go ahead and trash top security, which is the safest way to remove security in this game. So we do have Protoform that will be resolving first when Digimon would leave battle, or leave the field. Probably return that Serb. Guru X is also a pretty solid pickup. Protoform will go to top security, but then get trashed thanks to the Rapid X effect, or the Rapid Mons effect. Yep, 2 memory back. Excuse me, for Rapid X for having a Rapid Mon in source when the Digimon's deleted in battle here in this instance. So the board is wiped, and we have a whole lot to work with. We're going to start pushing. Do find a training, so our opponent will have a little bit of memory to potentially work back with. And we're going to go ahead and play another Double Typhoon. Green Tamer, Green Digimon, double hit. Double hits always feel great here. So there's actually a chance we see the game closed out this next turn just based on what the Levia player can get going. But leaving our opponent at 1 is going to be the fastest way to say, I want to minimize what you can do on this turn here. I'm trying to think, does Bunnies have a way to close this out? Go into the Terrier here. Yeah, I think we're just going to start pushing security. Biting Crush comes out of security here. Pitching 7th Lightning. Going to be deleting the Garga stack. Oh, we got to remember, he can use a Levia now from the Biting Crush. Or are we trying to bait it, actually? Because we do have the Armorer. So we're going to see HPD on that. Oh, we're going into the Pally Ace here, and we're just going to bot deck the trash. Says, you know what, man, I've been bullied enough by what you've set up. Let's go ahead and just say no. Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting that. There is a big memory bank on the board now, though, so if we are able to answer the Pally Ace, there is a lot that we can see happen. Going into Dober X with a Goblin, so we will be gaining a memory on this Evo. Going up to 3, we do have the Wisdom here. We do get a Suno draw, too. Yeah, this is quite a finals, right, guys? Pally Ace at just the right time can definitely hurt a deck. We're going to see Wisdom training here. So we have that Serpent hand that we put in. This is a finals, you are right. So we are going into Drago. Our opponent does have trash. We may not, but our opponent definitely does. Fun match to watch. I agree. I agree. This game 3 is a really good game. So our opponent starts out. They're going to play out the Terrier. We're going to go ahead and play out our Siyako. We will get a memory for our Dober and Dober X, I believe. And then we get a bunch of draws here. We do have a Levia X set up in trash. We are going into the Levia from hand. We're going to chomp and munch on that board. Levia gets the odd Digimon. I always have to double check. I know it can do board wipes real easily. Oh, it's the highest and lowest. That's what Levia is. Levia X does the odds, and then the 7th Lightning gets the evens. But like we said, such a great finals match to showcase 2 different decks doing really well. And we're seeing them go back and forth too is the fun part. But who knew a deck that can cheat out a level 6 and a deck that can just kind of answer boards can do really well against each other in a back and forth environment. And honestly, that Biting Crush getting set up from security might be the saving grace of our Levia player here. Just figuring out what we're doing with all our memory and all our draw. The Paladin did get punished, but I think the Paladin was the correct play there. And don't forget, we do get memory for the Levia. Yep, we do get memory for the Levia's deletions too. Yeah, I didn't hate the Paladin play there because I think it was the safest play to say you have nothing to work with. It reduced the quality of the Digimon options that we had set up. But saving the Dragos for late game is a really good play for the Levia player because now we're seeing them come up. And I think we're debating if we want to use Levia X here now. Yeah, it looks like we are going into that Levia X, and when we do, we're probably going to bot deck 7th Lightning here. So I'm pretty sure we pitched that right away, right? Oh, no, we didn't. So we can't get rid of the Rapid right away, but we are going to be swinging security with the Drago in our sources. This Terrier will be sticking. I believe that body was played this turn, right? Did that?
Or that's his hard rush.
Yeah, I just want to say.
You're right. You're right. No rush. You're right.
Okay, making sure. Yeah, we needed to have the Serb in our stack to get rush of that. But the Ruin Mode will do the same thing. So I don't know if the game's necessarily over yet, just because we have so much security for the opponent to go through. So our goal is to build up and raising as much as possible here. I know this, like we said, this is a great game to showcase what Rapid can do. also showcase what Levia can do. So it looks like we played... Oh, we're playing the Willis and we're doing the Rapid D. Digivolve 1 in Ruin mode, most likely. Oh, no, we're actually doing it on the Drago. Because he said, you know what, man? Good chance you're just swinging with this. And if you swing with it, you'll lose the stack anyways. I always have to double check. What does this Rapid have full protection against? Your opponent's effects can't delete this Digimon or return it to hand or deck. So we're going to start with this Dober X for a little bit of turn extension here. Our Gobbly is going to give a little bit extra memory. Our Suna is going to give an extra draw. So we are going to see a lot of pieces here. Protoform over the under the Dober X, reducing our Evo by 1, so 2 cost Serb. I think that card was the card after the one he is growing. Yeah, I think that should be on top. No, you don't burn. You repair. Repair game state, sir.
We have to ping on the channel.
I got you. No worries. So, real quickly, what it looks like is your drawing card, that card flipped off the top of the deck too, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
so this is the top card, this one is the next.
Go ahead and put that back on top. You guys both have the same information. Just going to put it on top.
Okay.
It's closest to repairing the accurate game state. Yeah, and then technically warning. Technically warning for revealing private information. Clearly, it's not malicious. It just happens sometimes when you're picking up the cards, you accidentally flip over an extra. Yeah, because he was going to be committing to the play discard plays anyways. The only thing you can argue is like, oh, he knows he can draw into it, but if players have the same information, it's hard. Like, you repair it as much as you can there. Yeah, we got a bunch of inherits here that are going to be popping off. But I will go back and say this is still a great game we're seeing showcased for both players. Yeah, typically turn players going to be a bit better about dictating their memory gauge. The opponent just kind of updates it normally after their opponent does all their plays. But it is fixed. It is fixed. No worries. Yeah, we know that he's just wanting to get a safe level 5 for a swing and then the rookie for the swing. But we know that Ruin mode's going to be swinging, giving a 5k drain. So it's going to be down to a Garga Ace being able to close out game, which I think Garga Ace is probably in a really good spot to close out with. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we might be missing that can come up as relevant here. Because I don't think Drago has a restand effect, right? What's the ESS of Drago? It's piercing. It's just piercing on Drago. I say just, not like it's not relevant. But it's not a restand. So, Ruin mode will swing. We gotta see the Garga Ace here if we want to see a potential game closeout. Yes, it is also good, but I think this is our potential out for winning the game now. So we're going to be locking down 2 Digimon here. You don't want to block this, because you have the protection from the Rapid. Yep, so we got a 5k blanket. We get. Oh wait, it's not enough security because he gets the extra one. That's right. That is right. So we can clear one body and trash the security, and then we can swing again. But I don't think we have a way to close out game from there, right? Well, actually, depending on how much memory he has, he can actually just evo up into a guy with enough DP and raising, potentially. And we are going to see the Protoform go over to Gazzy now, going into the Dober X for... Oh, is that X-Ante or is that Proto? I think it's X-Ante with how much memory he spent there. Serb-X has... Yeah, I know the Serb has it. I just couldn't remember the Drago had it too. There's a Drago in that stack. The Ruin Mode had Drago in stack. Also, I guess it would have to die anyways from its own effect, but there's a Drago. So now we're going to go ahead and give him a chance to play out Digimon here. There's a 5k blanket. It will be seen as played. We do have Ruin Mode in effect still, so there's a 5k blanket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. And then
It's easy to forget. It's a long turn. It's a pretty long turn. Honestly, Protoform's already expensive, man. Like, there's not a lot you can really do about an SR that's already $25. And this deck has been around for a bit along with Doragora and Phoenixmon. And we can go on. There's other decks that use Protoform too. It's a pricey staple for a reason. And when the card came out, I was telling people it's a card to keep an eye on. But yeah, I think our best thing is to clear the board out here. So Protoform resolves, it gets trashed because of Rapid X or Rapid Mon's effect. End of attack, we restand. It is going to help a bit. You got Alt-Art Protoform, you got Base Protoform, and just so you're aware, Law, Event Pack 6 or 7, whatever it is going to be handed out all the way up to Nats. So every store regional, every online regional, even Nats is going to be handing it out. So it's going to have a long life cycle. Oh my gosh. This is such a board state, guys. This is such a board state, and I love it. Oh, there's Reboot. That's what it is. I forgot. You also have Reboot on the Mega Garga. The Mega Garga Ace is not protected this turn. But we do have the other one, and we are going to overflow the 4 memory for that Garga Ace. Get a Levia set up in trash. And we're going to play a Psych for 3. Saying, you know what? I know I have 2 Protoforms on top of my security. Like we're saying, guys, this has been a great game to showcase what each deck wants to do and what a good back and forth looks like. And the funny thing is, even though we saw a Paladin Ace, the Levia player is almost at deck out already, which is hilarious. Like, they had an extra, 20 cards in their deck. And we are going into the Rapid X here, tapping Willis. It's going to be cheaper. We're going to tap the 2 guys. We'll get 2 memory back because of the Psychmon, and we're going to swing over to Drago. Thanks to the ESS or Rapidmon, we trashed the Protoform. The pilot makes the deck tier 1. We've seen Marco play a lot here, and he's having a great performance tonight. I think it helps that we see Imperial meta coming out. And we see a Rapidmon here. Getting a Rapidmon sets up a Garga Ace. I'll be real, I don't know how many we've gone through or how many are left, but there is a good chance we can see more come out. So we will see, the Octomon setting up a token on the opponent's side. Now we proc our Biting Crush. Now we're going to go back, and we're going to see that we have the Levia coming out. It's going to munch on the 2 Digimon here. Both get to Armor Purge, though.
an attempt to delete both.
Okay.
Get your memory.
Yeah, okay, it's getting double. It doesn't matter if it's suspended there. It's just getting double deleted from both Levias. And then I think this is going to be a Levia X to close out game. It's just basically saying you don't have a board. I don't think you have anything you can do with it now. Yeah, I think this is a closed out game now. I don't think we have enough resources to continue pushing on the rapid side. I think it's just going to be a quick count of resources, but I think this is probably going to push into Levia's favor. A really good game we have here. A really good game we have here. Now we get to use Serb effect. Return a Dark Animal. We can get that Anubis back if we have it. Oh, Dober X. Okay. We are going Protoform to go into Serb X here. We will be giving Rush to the body that we play out here. Oh, we have to go for... Oh, we give... what do you grant Rush to? The Digimon you play with effects, right? Yeah, it's the Digimon you play by effect gets Rush. So he has to have a way to close out game this turn unless he has enough ways to extend his deck. Are we discourse or something here? I think we're just talking about maybe the memory thresholds. Too many Digimon for Octomon. Is Octomon only based on certain board state? I do have both my judges on the table here, so I'm going to let them handle this. Oh, there has to be 4 more Digimon to play out the token. Okay, I see, I see. Okay, we actually might be... I didn't even realize the Octomon had to look for a certain board count for tokens. That is something I was not even aware of there. I knew it played out token. Seeing how my judges feel right now. Got 2 of them on the table watching the game. So I'm assuming it's being... We have 2 judges. We have 2 judges on the table. I think they're trying to see what they can do about the board state. We all acknowledge this is a pretty big difference, or board state. I'm letting my judge work it out right now. Or my judges work it out right now for what happens here. Because I do see his mic is on. Yeah, because the Octomons would proct off the Biting Crushes, get the Levias to clear the boards. So on paper, the board should be rewound as much as possible. We did draw a bunch of extra cards there. I think I know what they're probably going to be saying, though. The Octomon should be fine. There's only 3 Digimon on the field when you went into Octomon. Yeah, because there's the rookie and the level 4, the rookie and the 5, I think is what it was. But Octomon says there has to be 4 or more total Digimon. Was there? Okay, yeah, they're just talking through everything that happened, Judge. My judge said everything's fine, so I believe everything is fine at this point in state then. Like I said, I have a lot of faith in my judges. I have 2 of them watching the table too, so it's very possible I missed something. But there's no Binding Crush to play into right now, so we can play out the Lop here. We do have our Fujitsu token, however you pronounce it. Yeah, there's only 1 Tamer, so we're going to get 1 tap. It looks like he's opting to get rid of the Gazi. Oh, it's about where it goes. Okay. Okay, I'll be real. I low-key panic read that as fast as possible. Yeah, my judge says everything's fine. They're debating a board state. Which, to be fair, it's the finals. We got a Rapid X here. We don't have a Rush, but we are able to get tap and 4Ks across the board. So I guess if we had that, it really didn't matter what we tapped there. But we have double Armor Purge. Got a Rookie in the back. All the Levias are online. This is the last turn, basically. So I think if there's a Garga Ace at his disposal, it is going to be in Bunny's favor. It's a good game 3, though. It's a good game 3. Like, we all agree on that, right? Appreciate y'all chilling and chat with me tonight. Definitely appreciate it. This has been a fun last game to showcase different decks. Yeah, the Threatening Garga Ace. I think he asked, how many have I seen? Yeah, fantastic game. I'm excited. Like, the funny thing is, he can still Garga Ace here, right? Because he has the names, and that's what matters. Yeah, the 7th Lightning's went back to the deck. Just extending the deck just a little further. Because we're not having lethal yet, but being able to stun the 2 Levias, pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good, I'd say. With as much security as we have, he has to have another Levia X to be able to, whatchamacallit, extend his deck with the 7th Lightning again. But he has to have it in trash, so we have to have like a Dober X play. So 7th Lightning, pitching it, we can get the Garga Ace, Overflow 4. Levia swings security for 2 checks. We get an Agility training out. Labra swings security for a check. And then we get game with the Gabu X. There we go, guys. That was a great game. And he was looking for the next Rapid. That is a deck with so much recursion, guys. Really great way to end our finals for tonight. Fire, yes. Thank you so much, guys, for watching tonight. I definitely appreciate it. There's a lot going on there, but it was very well played final round. I do agree. What an ending. What an ending, guys. Thank you so much again, guys, for watching, hanging out tonight. It's been a great night. It's about dinner time. Gotta get prize and figure out for these folks. That being said, take care and have a nice one, y'all. Definitely.